Hello, welcome back. How are we? It's been 2 days since I last saw you, but for some of the crowd, a little bit longer. We're back with Kingslayers episode 81 as the party begins to assess and move on, figure out their next steps after Gromathir escapes. Donovan will figure out what it's like to live in a new body. Also, I like that the top row is just all in green in like a varying gradient. It's
Represent.
great.
Yeah.
Represent. But yeah,
AJ, where's your purple? Where's your purple?
letting down the squad. So Jen, I just need you to speak for a little bit so I can balance you with everyone else's sound.
Okay, I'm talking. I don't know what you want me to say, but I'm going to say words right now, and I'm going to continue to say words so that I can be on the same audio level as everybody else. And I really hope that it's working and that everything. Thank you. Wait, I still have to fucking talk. Can we stop now?
Well, how does Zamani feel about the fight? How does Zamani feel about the fight?
Absolutely broken in a shell of a person. She just wants to sleep forever and run away. Oh, she's more of a shell. Okay, I'm still talking when you're doing the thing. What do you mean? It's just to do the thing. I am still doing the thing. But she wants to run away, and she just wants to take all of her little kiddos, and she wants to move to a little town at the base of a mountain far away from a place where nothing ever fucking happens, and raise them to be little gamers and T-pose on all of the normal villagers' children. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. And that's not gonna happen though, because she's gonna be really, really afraid, because she's gonna be like, oh no, if the Dragon King comes when they're still alive, then I will have done nothing to stop my future children as adults' lives from being ruined by the Dragon King. So she's not gonna run away, even though she really, really wants to run away. And that's kind of where she's sitting with that. If you keep doing the circle thing, I'm going to cry.
I've had this sorted for like 2 minutes. I just want to see how long you keep going for.
I fucking hate you.
Look, it's really impressive. It is really impressive to be able to just keep talking. Like, I can never.
Look, the troll.
You trust Des way too much.
I hate to hear.
Yeah, that's about fair. I don't blame you.
Just the money thing.
Just the money things. But yes, last we left off, the Kingslayers had early onset depression. What do you guys do at the start of this morning in Arvagrad?
Tomorrow's absolutely sleeping in until Cal wakes her
Good
up.
morning. What's for breakfast? Depression.
Bro, how did you find out my meal
Can I at least
plan?
have coffee with my depression?
Is it a weight loss or a weight gain program?
It's a weight gain
just
program.
wait.
Trust me
How
from
much sugar is in the
experience.
coffee?
Trust me.
Oh god, okay. Where are we right now?
You're in the Grandworm's Roost in Arvagrad, kind of assessing where you're going next, where the plan is to go next. You've probably got to go back to Birten and RIL soon. There's not much left for you in Arvagrad. The lead is gone. You might want to finish up a bit of work in the Humming Cloak, Seth, or if you've any last minute things you want to do in the area, maybe you want to go to the Tomeband Sanctum and do something, or anyone who has anything they wish to do. Say it now.
As you all wake up, you will notice that Donnie has been sitting in the chair, just sitting and waiting. It doesn't look like he slept much.
Okay.
But
Does
as
it
you
look
all
like he slept at all?
See, Zamani's doing the absolute opposite with that. She's doing the depression sleep, and she will sleep until Cal wakes her up.
no, Donnie has not slept.
Yeah.
If
I
you didn't
understand.
sleep,
Zamani's
roll
just
me
doing
a
the
con
opposite
save.
of the way. Your depression equals no sleep, so my depression equals all of the sleep.
This is perfect. That was a 3 on the dice for an 11. 12.
Just above the threshold needed. You don't get a point of exhaustion, but man, you're wrecked.
I would say, like, Cal wouldn't wake. Cal would probably sleep in for one, but he wouldn't want to wake somebody up straight away. So I'd say he'd probably head downstairs to get, like, organize, like, a nice coffee and, like, a bit of breakfast as well. Just something nice. But then would see Donovan sitting there after he organizes it and would probably walk over towards Donovan. Donovan, you don't look like you've slept a drop last night.
Oh, hey, Cal. No. Sleep was not for me last night. Are the rest of them up?
Zamani's still asleep. I haven't checked on the others yet.
Well, that's all right. I'd like to talk to everyone when they wake. Don't wake her. She's had a difficult night, as have we all.
Well, she has.
I'll be here.
Do you want me to stay here with you?
No, it's okay. Just go and take Zamani's breakfast while it's hot. I'll see you
I
when I
will.
see you.
But I'll be straight back down for you. Cal will take Zamani's stuff up and gently wake Zamani up. Zamani? Brought you coffee. I hope that helps, but it is time for us to carry on with the day.
Muted?
I hate it here. Anyways. Yep. Thank you for waking me up. Oh shit, I overslept. I'm so sorry. Just a
No,
minute.
you're-
And she's gonna like take the coffee, give you a quick kiss on the cheek, and she's gonna like get ready like super fucking fast.
Take your time.
She's
I don't
just
think
gonna sit-
anyone's going to be in a rush for today.
No, but we're all broken shells of people, so we should probably get together before someone does something stupid.
Fair. I'm going to see Donovan downstairs. He seems to be waiting for us.
See, broken shells of people.
Precisely. In different ways, though. Well, displaying it in different ways, I suppose.
Did Zeph come back to the roost? I don't remember if he did or if he slept at the Humming Cloaks headquarters.
Zeph would have returned to the roost, but probably not slept in a room.
Are you guys both just have been sitting in chairs all night?
I'm
But Zeph
probably
would be
in
at a tree or
somewhere.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, in a tree? Got it. Okay. I'll go get Merc and bring her down
Right.
too then.
I'll see you downstairs. Let's go.
Okay.
Head back down. Just to sit with Donnie, just not even say anything, just next to him.
Mario slowly takes a second. You know when it's cold and you just have a nice cup of coffee and she just like takes a sip of it for a minute. She's like, everything will be okay. Okay, back to the horrors of the world. And then she's gonna go and wake up Merc.
Yeah. I mean, you could hear, as you got towards the room, you could hear the clomping of hooves as Merc's just like pacing back and forth.
Okay.
Still in full armor, still the sword on her back, just ready.
Mhm.
She's slept, but bit of a mess.
Somebody's gonna knock on the door. You're gonna wear a rut in the wood. Come on.
Yeah, alright. I heard something about meeting Donovan or something.
Yeah, apparently he's been waiting for us downstairs.
Merc will open
Looks
the
like
door
he
and
might not have
you'll see
slept.
her. That makes sense. Alright.
Do you know where
How
Zeph
are you?
is? Awful,
Merc
but I
will,
have
like-
coffee.
Fair enough. Merc will stick her head out the window and look at... Because you said there was like a garden and trees out the front of the roost desk?
Yeah, there's like a very well maintained, like a little topiary garden. Like it's very well
Can I
maintained.
see if Zeph is in that tree out the front?
Zephyr, you in the tree at the front of the Grandworm's Roost?
You would see an arm just hanging off one of the branches in the tree.
Like a dead-looking arm, or like
Is it very difficult to distinguish between dead and asleep, especially when it's hanging off a tree.
Merc with a 37 perception, you notice breathing.
I can see a pulse in the arm.
then she's just gonna be like, "Hold my coffee, please don't spill it," and she's just gonna fly over and be like, "Hey, Zeph."
I mean, I can literally... Merc will join you flying to Zeph. Be a bit slower, but still.
If you spill my coffee out here, I will cry.
Merc, make
I
a
don't
deck
mean
save.
that in like
Make-
the like
You
the
drank
little
half of
threatening
it
kind of way.
already.
I mean, I will full on start sobbing if you just spill that coffee.
You've drunk half of it.
Merc, this is the
already,
first
Mark.
time you've flown with these wings. Make a deck save.
Alright then, so that is a 15 total.
Okay, yeah. You gotta stabilize a bit, but
'Cause-
you stop.
If
We're about to
if
be
I had have
two
failed
deaths in the
that, I
party.
would have used a ring of evasion on that. 100%.
This is
Two
Monty
people
is
died in the
holding
fight with
together
Granathier.
with a thread, and that thread is maintained by a cup of coffee that Cal has given her.
I've got it. It's
There's,
kind
like-
of fun.
She's kind of got like an elbow leaning against the trunk of the tree. She's like, "Hey, Zeph. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why are you in a
Is
tree?
it morning?
It is morning. Well, kind of. It's a little after morning.
You snore in your sleep very loudly.
Wow. You don't even share a room with me. Are you talking about Merc?
No, you were 3 rooms down. It was impressive.
I will push you out of this tree.
I'd like to see you
Yeah,
try.
I mean,
You're still
Zeph,
waking
I
up.
will say, Zamani hasn't finished her coffee yet. Just as a friendly warning.
Oh, is there coffee? Who's got the coffee?
There's
There
Cal
will be
has the coffee.
coffee.
He's downstairs in the lobby.
Excellent.
You need a hand out of the tree?
No, 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 this is pretty high up, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, please.
All right.
Zamani
here
will
we
take
go.
the coffee from you before you spill it by helping Zeph, and she'll go into
Yeah.
the main lobby of the tavern.
And I feel like with Mercs flying, it's like ethereal wings that with each beat, they switch between 3 different like styles of wing to represent the 3 birds. So it's like 1, 2, 3 sort of thing. And then yeah, just yank him out of the tree, probably snag his clothes on all the branches.
Ow, ow. Ugh.
Sorry, first time flying.
Oh, it's okay.
Here we
Oh,
go.
you have baby wings. I see. It's
Yeah.
it's okay.
Baby
You'll find
wings.
you'll find your stride or your glide. Eventually.
Yeah. I get it. It's funny.
What's
well-
what's funny about that? It's the proper term. We call them glides.
Yeah, but it's a pun. Anyway, Merc will
Okay.
just glide down to the ground and drop you off, and as I deposit you on the ground and still manage to be like a whole foot off the ground because you're so goddamn tall, Merc will just be like, "Thank you for flying, Air Merc. Let's go."
What is our plan for today?
I don't know. I think Donnie wants to chat with us all. Doesn't sound like he slept at all. So
we should
let's
go
start
talk to
there and
Donovan.
work our way up.
Yes.
After you.
No, after you. After the pilot, of
Alright.
course.
Radio. Sounds good. Just walking.
By the time you guys walk in, Zamani's already sitting at like a table with Cal and Donnie.
Yeah, I imagine
There's a second cup of tea.
Donnie has found a collection of chairs overlooking the garden. So I've been watching all of this. There's a small table next to Donnie. There's a plate that's got probably 7 or 8 tea bags, like used tea bags on it, and there's a cold cup of tea next to him. And as you enter, Donnie will turn his chair around to face the rest of the chairs, and you'll see that he's not in his armor. Donnie is wearing the finery that he wore to the ball. Literally the only clothes that he's got left after his last clothes got zapped.
Yeah.
So we need to go shopping?
Oh no, it's fine.
What do you mean it's no, it's not.
What are you talking about? I look fantastic.
You do look
do look
fantastic,
fantastic.
but also I know how uncomfortable those clothes can be.
Speak for yourself. They're wonderful. How are you? How are you all feeling?
Alive.
Good enough. Yeah.
How are you feeling, Donovan?
Remorseful.
In what regard?
Well, now that we're all here, I will ask a small favor of you. A simple one that all of you, but perhaps Zamani may be able to fulfill. I ask you to let me finish.
I mean, if you ask nicely.
Right on cue.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. Kingfishers, I owe you an apology. And that apology is for all of you for losing your charge at the result of my hubris and my ego. And while someone may say that I've paid a price higher than the rest of you, that is not how I see it.
Hey, D&D Docker, thanks for the raid.
Hell yeah.
Look, you asked the party,
Absolute
you didn't
legends.
ask the raiders to not interrupt Donnie. Welcome in. The party is reeling from a fight with a lich that they didn't win, didn't lose. Some people died, and Donnie, perhaps feeling a little remorseful, is addressing the party for the shortcomings during the fight.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
I'm
We're
proud
That's
of
what
having,
you
you
for
do.
the explanation.
we're having a feeling circle.
We are.
Group
We're
therapy.
deep in our feelings,
Yeah,
and there's not enough coffee to see us through.
Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing the stream over, though. Enjoy, and tell us what you did.
Thanks,
We'd love to
Kate.
know.
Yeah, listen, dear. I've been quite, and yes, we have a funny dialogue, but you were right. You were right when you said I'm shit at combat. And what I mean by that is I'm shit at combat as a team. I've not operated in a group of this size, or a group at all, for a very long time. And I'm used to doing things my own way. And perhaps that misplaced confidence has caused suffering on all of your behalves. Suffering for losing someone who has caused so much pain that he got away. Suffering for losing the honor of being able to atone for someone else's betrayal. Zeph. In this, I offer a deep and sincere apology. The mistake was mine and mine alone, and I would like to atone for that. I would like to be. I've thought of the right words for a very long time, and yet they disappear from me, seeing you all in front of me. I would like to be a team player, but I don't know how. And if someone could point me in the direction of being more protectful and useful to the 3-4 of you that I have come to be quite affectionate of, then I'm your humble servant. And humble. I am sorry.
Is this the part?
Now you can talk.
Donnie. Thank you, at least for first of all. But you don't have to be our humble servants. I can't speak for them, but I don't want that. We're all on the same footing here. We're all equals. Yes, you're allowed to be absolutely as remorseful as you want to be, but you're not going to be beneath us, especially not me.
Zaman, you misunderstand me. I do not mean that I am your slave or someone you can boss around.
Good.
What I mean that is, in journeying with you, And in taking my charge to defend you, I will be your humble servant.
Hey, Valhalla Viking, thanks so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to the
Thank
community.
you so much.
Very cool.
Say
Of you,
it,
big
Des.
gamer.
Say it,
Say
say
it.
the line.
There.
I'll say it. It's fine. I say this once as I'm
No.
like sleep deprived and streaming. And thank you for subscribing
No,
yourself.
don't.
And thank you for
Viking.
subscribing.
so much.
Yeah.
Very big
double
gamer.
tap.
gamer.
The double
Very
tap.
big
Hell yeah.
gamer.
And you're cooler than your friends.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
actually
yeah.
are canonically cooler than your friends if you subscribe to the channel. It's a
There we
fact.
go.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Absolute 10.
Also, one second. You do get access to the World Anvil if you want it. Reach out to me on Discord and I'll add you to that. That's a benefit of subscribing to the channel. And Uldrell, if you're there as well, you also get that. Continue.
And there's like a fuck ton of lore that might not
so
have
much
been
lore.
available that was done.
Shut up.
before,
shut
but
up,
it's
shut
now
up.
available.
New people don't know that, Jen. New
That
people don't
Jen.
know that.
Jen.
Oh,
Zamani
no,
gained
it's
2
not
points
a
of
secret.
exhaustion.
Shut the fuck up.
Look, it's Des and I's dirty secret, okay? Like, no one else gets to talk about it.
Oh,
Can
it
those
was
2
a
points of
secret. No
exhaustion
one
come
told
from me?
Oopsie.
Can I be at 0 exhaustion now?
Yeah, Zeph, you know what? Zamani takes your exhaustion.
No.
Merc will lean forward and I don't know if the apology is needed, but I accept it regardless. I understand that, I can understand how you're feeling. What am I saying? What am I trying to say here? Fuck. I had it and then I got distracted by World Anvil. Goddamn. Good distraction.
Some good stuff on there. What can I say?
Please sponsor us.
What was it? that you
I think
said
we are
at the end?
affiliated.
You said something. Yeah, we are affiliated. You'd said something towards
not
the
sponsored.
end that Merc disagreed with. Or atonement, I think was referenced. Yeah. I understand if you feel you need to atone for what you have done. I don't think you need to. I understand if, it will make you feel better if you do, but I think that just, definitely, from what I've noticed, being part of a team is acknowledging each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses, and we are a team because we complement each other in terms of, Zamani can be stealthy and quiet as a whisper. I can't, but I can see pretty much anything. And Cal's exceptional at magic. Zeph is exceptional at phasing through walls and stealing books. But also, we all have our different strengths, our different weaknesses, but we complement each other. It's like a good sandwich,
So learning how to be a part of the team is hard.
It is.
It's not easy, not even in the slightest.
The atonement
Yeah,
was not a criticism, Castiel. The atonement is atonement of my own expectations of myself. I have taken a path where I have sworn to be a better man, and I have failed in that charge. And yes, I do mean failure. Not failure that you may perceive, but my own failure. Failure of my own expectations of myself.
For what it's
do
worth.
not-
Roll off.
I do
You go,
not
Zeph.
know where all this comes from. But you haven't failed. Or rather, you've come across a hiccup. If more than anything. The real failure is when you've given up your charge. So, Donovan, Are you willing to keep fighting?
And
Are
that
you
is the
willing to
problem.
keep? Are you
Sorry.
willing to keep working with a group? Are you willing to keep learning?
Every good apology comes with a promise. And for all of you, I promise you this. I will not let my ego or my hubris put any of you in danger unnecessarily. We will be in danger. Our paths will take us toward danger. But I will not let my overconfidence or my immaturity threaten that again.
Then there's much that we have work to do. We must learn how to work with one another.
We must. And it seems that we will be traveling soon. There's nothing for us in Avogad anymore.
There are
Well,
a couple
there's
of things in Avograd for some
For
of
you,
us.
yes.
But
But you understand my meaning.
yes,
For what it's worth, Donovan, I do accept your apology as necessary as it may or may not be. I understand that issuing it is necessary for you, and I accept it. For what well, although it hasn't been too long, from what I've seen of you, you are a more than capable fighter, ally, to have at all of our sides. But if you feel as if there are some things that you need to improve, becoming more of a team player, as you put it yourself, then it would be my honor, as I'm sure it would for all of us, to help you become that. Because, as you said yourself, you have become fond of us, and I think we have become quite fond of you as well, Donovan. I think we all want to see you be a proper part of here and feel like you are as well.
And also to feel whole again. You literally have part of your soul gone. And if anybody knows how that feels, I definitely do.
Take it as well from someone that was disintegrated previously in the past. It is a rough experience.
Macaster, how about you? Do you have part of your soul missing as well? Is this the requirement to be a part of the group?
It's not. It's just This
It's
is
just
my
3 out of the
special
5
brand
of us.
bimbo.
Yeah, it's a weird coincidence that's happened for 3.
If I
Leave
had
my
a soul-
bimbo trauma alone, okay?
How the hell does
I
a party
mean-
of 5 adventurers only have 3.5 souls between them?
We're pretty heartless.
If people in our line of work were, perfect and undamaged and untraumatized, they would have no need to be in this line of work.
You could still be in this line of work and still receive help. I mean,
Of course.
we do have
Zip
those
is over here
services.
like, I'm not traumatized.
Zeph
do
is
have
traumatized. Don't worry.
Oh,
I
no,
can guarantee
I
it.
know he is.
Zeph
know
is
they are.
traumatized, but the humming cloaks have mental health facilities.
Yeah, there's there's well-being retreats for the humming cloaks.
Imagine
Aw.
healthcare.
We go ride horses. It's wonderful.
All right. So what are our next steps then?
Well,
Before,
Let's go home.
sorry, before.
That's all right.
And this is perhaps an effort in sharing. When you, Zamani, when you spoke to Xerxes to see if he knew where I was, there was a moment when I wasn't sure if I was going to accept his offer to return. But
Okay.
the letter you sent him, I'm going to go and get it in a minute. But I've been stewing over that decision. I haven't slept. Trying to decide if I made the right one. I believe I did. But I would very much like to find out.
And I want to do what I can to make sure that it was the right decision. Just like you want to atone for what you feel like you've done. And if there's anything I can do to help that, I will.
Thank you. Thank all of you.
So you can't be the godfather of my children if you're all gone forever. I'm just going to point that out.
Oh no, if I die, I'm going to be a ghost in Cersei's tower, and I'll be babysitting for life.
I don't know how Cersei would feel about my 12 little heathens running around in the tower, so.
You would be surprised.
There are worse afterlives. But
Well,
as
better ones.
as for what we do next,
Worse afterlives in this party? Not
Never.
Tamani's vibing in a
Never.
serious.
Yeah, not Cal having no afterlife at all currently.
as for
I
what
should have
comes
made an
next,
edgier character. I really should have.
We tried to warn you.
Zeph's is real sweet pea in the group.
Look, there was
Just-
2 requirements: a Z name and an edgy backstory. You got 50%, so it's a pass. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I tried with the edgy. I really did.
See,
pretty
what
edgy.
we really need to do is go so edgy to the point where Des starts asking you if you're sure you want to make this character. That's when you know you've gone far enough.
Haven't
Got
hit that
it.
point yet.
Understood.
As for what comes next, I would like it, unless there's business to wrap up here in Arvograd, but to head back to Birten. We have some business there, and I have a long overdue conversation with King Everett. And
Think
I
we all
think
do.
as well, Makestiel, I'm sure you want to see Kiana. I think it would be good for us to just stop over there on our way to Erael. But on the way to Erael, there's also another bit of very long overdue business in the ruins beneath Irisphere. It's being cleared out as it currently stands, but I need to go there. If anything this fight has shown us is that, yes, whilst Gromathin next time may not be so lucky, we do have a lot to do before our end goal is realized. And going to these ruins beneath Irisphere will help, at least me, along that path. Yes.
Don't need to put your hand up, some money.
Just something that I want to poke the DM about. I only have 9 gifts. I still need 3 more.
yeah.
We can find the rest in
Good
person.
counting.
Are you sure you only
I
have
cannot.
9? Wait, are you sure?
Who are we missing?
I have a mini crystal umbrella. I have a whirlwind and an hourglass, a little
Mhm.
lantern with mood changing lights. I have a cluster of gems that glow for something that I will. What? Oh, I
I'm
have
keeping
a
track.
fabric
I'm keeping track.
dandelion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep track.
Yeah. So
Okay,
the
8.
fabric
I don't know
dandelion.
if it's possible that you only have 9 because I gave you 8 the last session.
Oh, that includes Zelly's crown.
So you've only the 8 you got the previous session. What about the first time you went to the Homeland Sanctum?
Do you have the glasses of fog seeing?
I do. Can I go through the rest of the list so that we all know what I have
Mhm.
and don't have?
Okay,
Please do.
it'd be easier for me to go down my list to figure out what you're missing. See if I've got this page because I'll go page by
Okay.
page. Do you have the unlucky copper?
Okay. No.
Okay. The unlucky copper is one.
Sit back, chat. We're just doing a little bit of ledger keeping here.
This
Yeah.
is D&D at its peak.
True. We have to get gifts for all of the children.
So you added the unlucky copper. Do you have the endless ink quill?
No, I don't. I guess it's these last bits that I don't have.
Okay. You probably just forgot to add them to your list.
Maybe that might be it.
Do you have the wand of flameless fire?
No.
Okay. Do you have the
That should be
heartbeat
12, right?
rings?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the spoon of
I
eternal
think I have-
stirring?
No.
Sentences I didn't expect to hear today.
Okay.
And did you have the socks of unmatching?
Wait, what?
I've got
Yeah.
those.
I missed that.
You had it.
I don't remember those
they
ones
just
either,
never
but I'm
match?
happy about them.
No, they
No,
just
so
never
they're two
match.
socks, and when you put them on, they will always change colors to never match.
Beautiful.
Cool, thank
Fuck,
you.
that's
Now I
amazing.
have
Um,
extra.
Do you have the goblet of inappropriate filling?
What?
Oh yeah,
No.
inopportune.
We talked about this. I talked
So
to
the
you
goblet of
about that.
inappropriate
I do
filling, it
remember that
fills up
one.
with a liquid randomly at the most inopportune times. And then the glasses of fog detection.
Yes, I have those.
Okay.
Best
Yep,
item.
that's fog.
No, it
I
goes
put inconvenience on.
when
Okay.
it sees fog.
Yeah, it's a foghorn. Okay, cool.
Just-
There's nothing more fun as a DM than making useless items.
And
So-
I literally asked for a fuck ton of useless items.
Do we have enough gifts for?
You have excess.
We actually have extra now,
We have extra.
which is good because it allows people
Excellent.
to have variety to pick what they want.
Yeah.
Either way, there will be
And I
fights.
think Alden.
And then
I think Alden got my cheese compass. Another sentence I didn't expect to say.
You're playing
it is-
D&D. You're going to be saying strange sentences all day today,
Mhm.
okay?
Beautiful.
But yes, also after Erosphere returning to RIL, the news will be needed to be broken to Kelsia.
Yep.
So that's as far as I have it. Make our way to RIL, and then do that little journey, and then from there to the Ceruvian for that leg of the journey.
We have, just before we leave then, I must make another stop at the Humminglock headquarters.
Of course.
Sure.
We talked to Aurelia the other day, but we do have some more information that we can pass off to some of the lore keepers to look into.
True.
Particularly regarding the phylactery that we discovered the other day.
And also, they don't know what the purpose of the ruins was. We now know that it was a Fane's stronghold, temple. I don't know.
It was their old
verbiage.
palace, I believe. Their residence,
Palace.
where they.
I missed that.
And to a degree, the Fane still exists within that palace. At least a small
Yes.
portion.
And
of
we
it.
have started. We've reconsecrated it. You know.
Mhm.
The
So
connection
that is something very important to report to Zaham Cloaks, and they will take care of that appropriately.
Definitely. All right. Well,
Well,
Donovan, are you
Perhaps-
sure you do not need any other clothes?
You all keep bringing it up, and starting to think perhaps it might be a good idea. Perhaps something a little bit more desert appropriate.
Well, we can get desert clothes once we get to Sasa. That will probably be much easier.
I don't think the ones
Yeah.
that I have, that I got in the Ceruvian, will fit you. But I will offer them, but I don't think they'll fit.
It's not
Definitely.
exactly my style, Calasindia.
Well, that's alright.
Perhaps
But
something
just
simple.
getting
if I
desert
could-
clothes outside of the desert is just kind of weird. It's kind
No,
of like
just-
getting winter clothes and, you know.
Perhaps
in the desert.
perhaps-
tropical island.
I try to travel pretty light. I wouldn't mind some better underclothes for my armor. I'm not wearing it at the moment. It's in the bag there, but
Yeah.
just something a little bit more fitting.
We'll figure that out while Zeph is doing some admin.
Right.
I say
suppose-
we. I have no money, but you know,
In that
the
case,
royal we.
should we meet back up here in the evening? Or afternoon, I suppose, depending how long it will take.
Afternoon sounds fine to me.
We'll meet for lunch. How about that?
Alright.
Perfect.
Well,
I'll go around the table. I'll start with Zeph. This is a home turf for Zeph. Let's start with Zeph. Zeph, what are you doing?
Zeph needs to go. I know we just spoke to Aurelia the other day, but in terms of we learned a lot of new information regarding the actual location, so maybe we could get a little bit of insight as to like why Gromathir chose like this specific location. I mean, we know the history behind it now, but the Humming Cloaks don't. So
Do you
it's
mean
just going to be
Aurelia
like a
or
trading of
Eris?
information. Oh, Eris. Aurelia is
The shopkeeper of the town
Who's
vet sanctum.
Aurelia? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I meant Eris. Look,
Look,
there's a
there's
lot of
two.
Z names,
There's
a lot
two
of A
ways Zeph
names.
thinks. There's two. He wants to go to the Big Titty Seder.
Shush.
He's going to
Shush.
work.
I had the rotten document open. That's why.
Sorry. So you make your way to the Humming Cloaks territory. It's kind of a buzz
The
with
Humming
activity
Cloaks, yes.
throughout this morning. There's a lot of people getting stuff ready. There's a lot of like preparation that's going into it. There's a lot of just seems to be a lot of prep work for what they assume is going to be a mobilization of members soon.
I would like to go up to Selena, please.
Okay,
The
you
book.
see she's like packing up a bunch of like what you know is like her tools for handling various texts, you know. She's kind of packing stuff up and she goes, Zeph. Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I needed to ask you a couple of questions regarding your position and understanding.
All right.
So it's regarding the history with Gromathir and Kelsia and the Humming Cloaks as a whole. You've worked with them as much as I have.
Yes?
When did Gromathir begin acting strange, I suppose? I know you must be tired of hearing these questions, but
Strange.
we have new information.
Gromathir was always kind of strange. It would have been shortly. I mean, we assume Kelsia left about 6 years ago. I think Gromathir kind of started taking less jobs on about 8-9 years ago. And then when Kelsia left, we assumed Gromathir had gone the same. But obviously, for worse intent.
Indeed. What we have learned is that the area that Gromathir discovered all those years ago with Kelsia was a castle a fortress, some sort of structure that still resides within an area designated by the wood.
Interesting. Gromathir was among us he would have been exceptional. He was probably one of the best seekers we had. Makes sense.
We saw something that we did not. Saw an
He-
opportunity and took it.
He worked closely with some lawkeepers at the time, but he guarded most of the texts from that first expedition. Private
Is
study,
there-
he said.
Right, but what other lawkeepers was he working with?
Unfortunately,
Never mind.
when they went missing a long time ago. I assume it was, well, it lines up with one of Gromathir's last missions. He brought those he had studied with, to an extent, for, well, one can only imagine.
Right. Okay.
They're
So-
either dead or disloyal to the Humming Cloaks.
I hope they are dead. In that
I would
regard.
rather that.
We had found some information as well. We didn't know very much about the phylactery regarding Gromathir, but It is made from the body of Fane.
A Thane? Like one of the old protectors of the
Specifically-
woods?
Yes. The protector of the region that we just came from. They were known as Letharil Mileth.
Right.
Is this a name that is familiar to you? Or is this...
Nothing that has come up in my texts now. I could research it, see if I can cross-reference it through anything, but we are getting ready for this meeting and whatever will come next. Also for the fact that Gromathir survived. Eris has instructed various members that could be targeted go to safe locations, safe houses, in case Gromathir were to strike the headquarters, so we won't take as large of a hit if he does.
And you are one of them as well? I gesture towards the bag.
I know many things. I would like to think if I was captured, I would resist any form of tortures, but I've never been tortured before, Zeph. I don't fancy it, and I don't know how I would fare. It is safer for me to
I
go
wouldn't
somewhere in
recommend-
hiding.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's not very fun.
No.
But I'm glad that you're taking your safety into consideration. You are, if more than anything, the brains of this entire operation. You know more than anyone. Even more than Aerith.
It's my job to know more than most. It's my specialization, so.
But if there is anything that comes up regarding the Fane Letharil, please let us know. It could give us an insight. It could give us information regarding Gromathir and how to take him down. And we're still going to take him down and make sure that you all remain safe.
I hope so. I really do. I will bring some texts that talk of Fanes. I know there is a few. They are old and they are very difficult to read.
That means I will not touch them.
Correct that. I will get them myself. I do not know if I will find anything, but if I do, I will message you post haste.
Zeph just steps forward and gives her a hug.
Yeah, she really kind of puts herself into it. Like, it's not a quick, she kind of stops everything she's doing. And there's definitely just from her body language, there's the fact that Gromathir lives and lived through that. There, kind of your time there is an air of fear among the humming cloaks right now.
Don't lose hope. We have very powerful friends working with us. Gromathir will pay for what he's done. And you'll be able to come back here and do whatever it is that you do in this room.
Sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Very soon, hopefully.
Be safe, Zeph. And I hope to see you safe and alive soon.
Likewise, I would like to see myself safe and alive as well. Take care, Selena.
You just, and she kind of just goes back to her stuff, and by the time you're getting, she's got various boxes, and she's just stacking them, and then placing them aside and stacking more. She's getting ready for a big move because Selena, she's one of the biggest brains of the Humming Cloaks, and she knows too much.
It's that one friend where you go help to move, and 80% of their boxes are just books and just notebooks and stuff.
Yeah, it's like helping Raph move. Is there anything else you wish to do in the Humming Cloaks headquarters?
If I don't run into anybody else, then no. Then Zeph will probably go out and get ready for the journey.
Perfect, yeah. No one else will be actively going around. Ashel's still in prison doing his job. So, next, across the bottom is Zamani.
So, as long as the money, like as long as we do have the crown and we do have the translated book from the Fane that shows how to read the old language. I just wanted to make sure that we do have those things, right?
Yeah. She's got various things. I don't think you have the translated book yet. That's something she said she'd bring back for you. She's working on that. She's trying to translate one of the texts.
Yeah, I thought I forgot something really big there for a second. I'm like,
no,
wait,
that
what?
is.
I wasn't sure if that was something that she was working on while we fought, and then she was going to give it to us after the fight was finished, or if that was a for later thing.
Much later.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that I was on the same page with all of those things. Somebody doesn't really have a ton that she like.
Saying nothing in this instance is fine.
Yeah, so
this is just last activities in Arvigard.
I was gonna say, Cal would just be like just spending time with Samani. At least that's what he'll be trying to do, just relaxing even. Not.
They're
doing
going
anything.
on a date then. Fuck it.
Yeah,
they're
you know
gonna
what?
go
Fuck
walk
it. That's
around
what
the
they're
market, and they're gonna find like there's gonna be a nice little like nook between buildings with a cute little tree growing, and they're just gonna have lunch under like a little tree with like it's gonna be cute.
Yes,
that's what they're doing
100%.
today.
Lunch in the nook.
Yeah.
This is like for the first time just having like a normal day.
Yep. They're just going on a date.
You walk around, look at all the street performers. Nice. So that answers what Cal is doing. Merc, is there anything you wish to do in this scenario?
After the chat with Donnie and everyone, and specifically after Cal mentioned the fact that we would be seeing Kiana again, Merc retreats to her room that she's staying at, and clutching onto the scarf, prays to Nemavana, and just like actually putting all of that stuff to the forefront of her mind. You know, all the stuff that's been happening with Kiana's soul and all that has been pushed to the back. Just because it hurts so much. But the one thought that keeps bouncing around her head is something that she didn't know. Like, she didn't know it until the three gods spoke to her. And that is that Kiana's death was set in, like, was, you know, set in stone. It was meant to happen. And then Merc's actions changed that. And she doesn't quite know how she feels about it.
Okay. As you kind of sit there thinking, and your mind wanders to usual habits that you had thinking of Kiana, and for you, Kiana's always been so intrinsically linked to Solelio. Your mind can't help but wonder, what if you had made a different decision? What if? What if you'd noticed the Phoenix? Would you be the head priest right now? Would your marriage have come to pass? Would Solelio, like, you've befriended, in a sense, the person who has the Codex Solaris, in theory. What Harden lived his life and died believing in, you didn't. A person who took you in, faith, unlike most others, unlike any of the other priests, Harden was true family. And for as perceptive as you are, by the time lunch rolls around, you can't help but have not noticed this entire time. You were just weeping. Your mother is with Solelio. Your betrothed is with Solelio. And you may never be.
Yeah, I'd say that Merc doesn't meet you all for lunch. You'd know that she went up to her room, but you guys said you'd all meet for lunch and then teleport away, she doesn't come downstairs.
Okay. Donnie. What are you doing in the town?
Donnie will finish his glass of cold tea and just look at the amulet of Xerxes and see that there's a few scorch marks and little bits of gibbs kind of caked onto one side of it. Well, that went pretty well. I suppose I better get some clothes. And before they go on their date, Donnie will pinch about 30 gold or something innocuous from Callus, India, and head to the only clothes store that he's best seen or taken notice of this whole trip, and that's Zeph's X. Is that right?
Yeah.
Where he went and got the nice clothes?
I suppose so.
Yeah, it's exactly
that could
right.
be any shop in Arvagrad, but anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
shush.
It's Zeph's toxic ex.
Perfect.
The one
Keep
Zeph
that
was
up.
found in a tree with.
And Donnie will just beeline there.
Okay. You go in and she kind of sees you come in, and you see she like careens her neck, trying to look past you to see if you're coming. What can I do for you?
Sorry to disappoint. It's just me.
It's all right.
Looking for a place like this, probably not an option, but I'm looking for the bargain bin. I have found myself in a precarious situation where these, while beautiful, are the only clothes I own.
They are beautiful.
Well, you made
Every
them.
day
They're
is
stunning.
not practicality for those.
No.
Are you? Wait. Are you going to be traveling with Zeph still from here on out?
It seems so.
Perfect. I can get you a deal. That's nice. So he has a reminder of me around.
Sure. I'm not a picky man.
That's all right. Neither I'm not a picky woman, and well, I could do things. Yes, I can make it worth the while. Strip down, head behind the curtain. I need to measure.
Off he goes.
Yeah, she takes a measurement, and she designs something to your, like, your delight. You think 30 gold is not going to cover this, but she does it for a nice 20 gold. But there is like very present that there's like some design elements that are similar to Zeph's, encompassing some of hers. Yeah, it's a very reminder. Like, there is no doubt that Alara made this.
I
Also, Donnie, I'm going to message
that-
you one thing. I am going
Yeah,
to
perfect.
do this because I just want to go.
I will illustrate the size changes in Mr. Bailey. That's fine. Belt on and belt off.
Yeah.
And just make sure that the extra bit of heft that the belt brings to Mr. Bailey is taken into consideration.
Perfect. And that message, yay or nay?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
She's going to try.
Yeah, she's going to try and seduce you.
I mean, fill your boots, Des. But Donnie ain't biting.
But all I need to know is if Donnie's not biting. She just wants to see if she can fuck one of Zeth's friends.
Oh,
See, this is not Zeph's fault, okay? This is all Alara, okay?
As I said, she's your
Oh, yeah.
toxic ex.
oh yeah, but if
Yeah.
if she takes a swing, then Donnie will shut that shit down real quick.
It'd be subtle, but you know, it's just gauging
Yeah.
interest.
Oh yeah, that minus out of 10.
Okay. So you get a very nice set of clothes. They are, to your specifications, exceptional.
I will spend the extra 10 gold and buy some burner clothes, just some stuff that's going to get trashed under the armor.
Yeah, you can go to like around markets and just get like typical like
yeah.
it's
Just-
what
just-
common would wear. But
Exactly right.
there's nice clothes. Like they would be very comfortable for under armor. They're not like fancy, but they are everyday clothes. So
That's exactly what I'm looking for. And
as you all
that's Donnie.
Perfect. As you all do this, you make your way back to the Grand Worm's Roost, noticing Merc is not there. Someone can go find her. I just need to run into the kitchen while someone goes find her. But continue.
I'm definitely gonna go find her. So
Yeah.
I go upstairs and I knock on the door. Do I hear anything? Do I know?
You
like,
just
is
hear
there
the
any
sort
sign
of.
later?
Yeah, you can definitely hear Merc, but it's the sort of crying where there are no more tears. It's just like the tank's empty. She's just crying because she can't stop.
It's just like the ugly inhales. It's just.
He's
Yeah.
just like, oh
Yep.
fuck no, you're not crying by yourself. And she like, is the door locked? Because if so, it's not anymore because she's picking it. She's just gonna like push the door open.
Yeah.
Just like,
Just in the
Excuse
center
you?
of the floor, just like in a pile.
Isabella just walks in,
holding the scarf to her.
you're not supposed to ugly cry by yourself, bitch. Come on. And she's gonna like go over and like give her Merc a big hug. She's like, you're supposed to cry with friends. This is the whole part about being here for each other. Come on. Let's get you up off the floor. At least sit on the bed.
The two of us again. Me sitting crying on the bed.
Well, I mean, it's more comfortable than the floor.
Yeah.
So did you finally come to realization of the stuff that's going on with Kiana? Been ignoring it for a while.
Yeah. I have.
How are you feeling?
I don't fucking know.
Understandable.
It's just a big mess.
Of course it is. That's all we ever have to deal with. Big messes. But it's not just about the fact that it's a mess and that we don't know what to do. It's about that we know what we want. And that you don't have to try to go after it by yourself. We've got 4 people here that care an awful fucking lot about you.
I know.
And considering that you're fighting off against Celelio specifically, the Lord Decay is also fighting off against the Celelio specifically right now. And we're friends with Samael now, who has the tomes. So you're actually in a pretty good position. We can figure out what to do together if you want. Unless you want to go have your edgy arc and then go do it by yourself, of course. And hell knows I keep walking through it into portals on my own.
Yeah, I don't think I have it in me to be edgy, Zamani.
I was going to give you the opportunity.
I appreciate that, but I don't know, it just... All these what-ifs.
What do you mean?
All the what-ifs. Well... What if I paid more attention and fucking realized that the Phoenix was with us? What if I went with Celelio and was living in more fear than I'm living in now?
Mm-hmm.
What if I never saved Kiana's life in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
What would have changed? What would have happened?
And does that matter? Well, wondering about what all of these what ifs, these things that happened in the past, can you change them? Do they help you save Kiana now?
No, they make it easier to process this shit, though.
Does it? Because it feels like you're overloading yourself and you're not actually processing anything.
I'm very good at that.
I know you are, which is why I'm pointing it out.
I don't
Because
know,
you
it
either
just-
tend to run away from it or you put it all on you all at once. Take a deep breath, it's okay. What if I had run away from the city that I can't think of? Sirach. What if I had run
Sirach.
away from Sirach when I was a child? What if I had died in the desert? What if I had never sought out fucking anybody's help when I could have, and then I never would have been a warlock? There's no way of knowing. It's okay to wonder. It's okay to wish that things had been different, but don't get so stuck in it that you can't help what's right in front of you, okay?
There was that
Even
one
if it
thing
means
that
you have
I-
to talk to someone you don't like.
There was one thing I forgot to mention from the whole God meeting thing.
Mhm.
Kiana was fated to die that day. It was her destiny to die when she was 16.
Okay.
So were my actions against Nemevana? Were they? I don't know. It.
Sounds like that's a Solelio problem. If someone was fated to die and you were doing what you normally do, because as a person and as a healer that you were, that's what you did for people. How are you supposed to know who is fated and who is unfated to die? That's the god's business. And if a god decided to overstep another god's boundaries for someone who was supposed to die, and it made it so that you got to supersede that, I don't see how that's your fault. I see how that's Solelio's fault.
I don't know. It just sits weirdly.
Maybe
Sits
you should
weirdly
reach
in my
out.
mind.
Don't have to, but if you're that worried about it.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Of course you don't.
And then there's also I don't want to pressure Nemevana into anything because they're still recovering from being trapped in my hammer.
Why don't you
Plus
just
the whole,
ask them?
me being a angelic guardian, celestial, fucking destroying all this undead and all that shit. That took a lot out of Nemevana.
Merc, you understand that asking for advice is not the same thing as putting pressure on other people to help you when they don't have the energy to, right? Just by voicing a concern or a worry does not automatically obligate the other person to come and fix your problems. Which I think is a good thing to hear for you, because I think you feel like it does. And so you instead feel like you don't have the ability to ask or talk or to commune in any way.
Well, that's what we're taught in the temples.
Well,
as,
it sounds
you
like
know.
that you've been taught some bullshit. Is that how it works with people? Genuinely, if you come to me and you're like, oh my god, I have this big problem, I'm upset, blah, 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 does that mean that I am 100% now required to assist you and help you fix your problem?
No, but the gods aren't people.
The gods are just people. They just found a magic power thing that sucked them from this plane. They're the same thing. They're just a lot more busier than we are. They were just adventurers like us who found a magical artifact. Okay, shut up with your except Xerxes. We know. Also, I think it's funny they said except Xerxes and not except the undying god or
Well,
you
they're not
know.
in the same category then. They're not in the same
Okay.
category at all. Like,
Anyways.
Yeah, Xerxes is a real god.
But Mark, they were literally a group of fuckers just like us who had to fight a bunch of Yatans and found a magic thing in the woods. And fucking with the magic thing made them magic.
You're right.
They just found the magic thing.
You are correct. It just. Yet again, I don't know. I mean, I can reach out 100%.
If
But
you want to, yes,
it's always
but don't...
felt. It's always felt like, every time I ask them, I'm asking them for something.
Well, then maybe instead ask for an ear to listen. Ask for an opinion. Or ask for advice. Instead of the solution.
I'll try.
If you want to. It seemed like you were holding yourself back from even broaching the topic because you were worried about putting some pressure on someone who's not ready for it. Because if they're too busy or if they're too worn down, they'll let you know. And probably your way of approaching it also changes their way of approaching you a lot as well, right? Not intentionally, but if you always go up to somebody expecting a fight, the chances of fighting are a lot more likely than if you go up to somebody just seeing what the fuck's going on. You know?
You're so fucking good at this. Alright. Okay.
Although before you go, and she's just gonna like wipe your face a bit and just like, okay, cool. You ready?
Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Thanks,
People
Amani.
are waiting for lunch.
I'll give you like a back cracking hug.
You're not allowed to hurt. Ow.
Yeah, well.
And Zamani never
I'm
I'm
walked
dainty,
again.
okay? And she's gonna like slap your shoulder and
Yeah, just head down. Still full armor, sword on her back the entire time.
As you walk down the stairs, the soft candlelight of the Grand Room's Roost draws your attention. Fire. There is one person who knows why fate was changed that day, and for what for, you don't know. But you don't have to worship a god to pray to a god. So, as you all have lunch...
Is it nice lunch?
It is! The Grand Room's Roost has excellent food.
Nice.
But after it's all complete, Calicindir, how are you getting the party out of here? Because there's no teleportation circle currently functioning in Air Isle, although it will be in the next month, I think, or two. Birten's is under reconstruction after the siege of Undeath.
Yeah, very, very easily. Calicindir opens his book, finds Riventir's page. Riventir, would you mind teleporting to me and teleporting us back to Birten? I hope you're doing all right.
A couple seconds pass. There's no response, and you think it's perhaps unusual, and then just there's a crackle of energy as next to the table there's Riventir, just very well pressed suit, kind of hands behind his back and he goes,
Riventir, good to see you again.
Excellent.
Everything going all right, I hope?
Yes, it's well, tension in the castle, but it cannot be helped.
As to be expected. Well, let's hope we don't raise it too much.
We're just kind of like looking over Donovan and Zeph and kind of looks back to you.
Right. I forget myself. This is Donovan Bailey, a companion and an ally of the party. Of all of us. And a good friend. And this is Zeph, a member of the Humming Cloaks here in Avigad.
Hello, nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure. If you are working alongside my liege, well, you're an ally of mine too, then. It's a pleasure to meet you all. You wish to get back to Birten?
Yes.
All of you, correct?
All of us, yes.
I have never been to Birten, but that is not correct. I have been to Birten.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about, Zeph?
Zeph is a chronicler. It's fine.
Insight check.
Yeah,
Is there anything
This
left
is
you
really
need to
Zeph.
do? Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think so. Is there anything perhaps I'm forgetting about?
Not that I know of.
Perfect.
Zeph,
No,
you
there
placed
isn't.
an order for like a ton of platinum for potions. I'd be ready in a few days.
Ah, shit. retroactively, could I have the potions that Selene is currently making, send it over to Aurelia, who has a teleportation circle, and send it to Birten?
So she has a circle. She doesn't teleport. She can teleport 2 circles, but there's no circle in Birten.
There's no circle in Birten right now. Yeah.
There's no
We don't
Circle
have
got
circles.
destroyed when the
That's
ghouls laid siege to it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why Reuben's here.
And you
too.
dropped like
It's
1,500
fine.
gold. Sorry, send
Maybe
Reuben
this
here to
just
pick him
means
up.
that Zeph gets to talk to Cal later to ask for a favor from Reuben dear. That's all.
It's just
It's
going to be a
fine.
chain of favors. It's like, hey, can you send it to this person? And this person will send it to this person.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
later down the line. And then 2 months later, it gets lost in the mail.
You just
Damn.
submit a lost in package form. It's really long, and they're just never gonna respond.
Yeah.
I mean,
The email
technically,
through
we could ask
DHL.
the.
Oof, a bad choice, buddy.
Or what you
We
could
could
do.
technically.
Sorry, AJ,
I was
say
gonna
your plan.
suggest we could ask the elf from Arvagrad to pick him up.
You do have an elf from
surely,
Armageddon.
surely they have. Surely
She's gonna
they
get
have
lost.
teleport.
Stop
We
it.
have people. We have
She's
people
born and
that
raised.
can
Also,
retrieve.
alternatively, you
We
could,
have people.
You
we
also
have
could
people
leave
that
the
can
bag
retrieve.
that can teleport things to Birten. You have a small deposit, but you'd leave
Also,
it.
I do,
Zamani has a small deposit. Thank
but
you.
also we do have. Cal does have like retainers and stuff that can do things, which is part of the point of having them, like Cinderu.
I
who
know.
can
I
be
just
sent
find it
to-
funny because
Yeah.
Zeph just completely forgot. So
So like it's transitioned to an actual person conversation of like a
Yes.
character
Yeah.
conversation of okay, so
Yeah,
I have
Zeph
these
explains.
I have these potions and I really require them and I need them. But they're not
Right.
gonna be done for a couple of days.
all right.
Mhm.
That
How long are we staying in Birten?
Who knows?
I mean, we won't be in Burton. That depends. It could be a few days. It could just be a day.
We're in Ariel though. They're within
Burton
a
or
day's
Ariel?
travel,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, a few days.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I think they're like
And
4
then
or 5
depends.
days travel by cart.
Yeah.
That's
And then
basically a day's
after-
travel.
After Birten,
Ariel?
we need to go talk to it. We need to go to Eraya. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, I suppose that should work out fine then if they use your
I can send someone to retrieve the potions for you.
that would be very appreciated.
Yeah, well,
Reuben
we'll
kind
arrange
of
for
just
that
nods
when
at
we
you,
return.
assuming it means him.
Don't worry, Reuben. I won't get you to do this. You've done enough as it is.
Now that I've been here, and you see, he kind of looks over and just takes a fork off the table and just pockets it.
This is mine.
Okay.
Very good. Perfect. Then your potions will be very well looking after.
Thank you very much. I owe you a favor. No.
No, it's all right. But perhaps we should proceed. Unless there's anything else any of us have forgotten about here. No one put any other orders in.
No.
No.
Perfect.
No. That needs money.
No, I got a new coat. I think we're
Is
ready
that-
to go. What do you think?
He is wearing
I
a
like
very
it.
clearly Dreamweaver tailoring outfit. You see, like, there's some like
So-
filigree that's like on your cloak and stuff that's like mimicked in the stitching.
I'm sorry,
Designer.
Zeph. I didn't know. Well, you paid for it, but
He
Uh,
quickly checks his pockets.
yeah, you're down 30 gold. What do you think? I'm sorry, Zeph. There's only one clothing shop I knew.
No, it looks very wonderful on you.
One
What-
portion of stitching on the
what-
inside lining just says "I miss you, Zeph" in like Elvish or some shit.
No, it
Well,
absolutely says
Des,
fuck you,
Des,
Zeph.
what is on this cloak? What is
Just-
like,
it's
on
like-
the clothing?
You go up to Donnie and start like inspecting him.
I
Yeah,
take the coat. I take the
absolutely.
coat off and hand it over.
You go through it, and you're just
Feel
like,
like I'm being the butt of the joke.
obsessively going over it, and it's just like
Well,
it's just
it is.
It's designed to grab
into-
your eye.
Are you into fashion, Zeph?
Catacindia, I own one cloak that is 2 outfits. I am
That's
very
why
much
I was
not into it.
surprised. That's why I was
No.
very surprised.
Although
Is
I
this
do
2
have to
outfits
admit,
as well? Is it
I
reversible?
no, I don't think this one is reversible. Unfortunate, because that is one of Alara's better designs. But this is a fine cloak. I'm glad that it's found its way to you, Donovan.
Why do I feel like I'm the butt of a joke that I don't get?
Poor guy.
We'll have some drinks over it sometime.
You look great.
I always great, but thank you, Macasio.
It is very different from your usual black on black attire.
Alright, should we just go?
I am waiting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ruben,
let's
you're
not
just like
waste any more
standing
time.
there.
Rivendell is a busy man.
How do you think Donovan looks?
He's an exceptional man. He's got a good frame to him. He'd make an excellent warrior.
Did you miss the rest of us?
No.
Thanks.
Will you miss me now that we have met?
No.
Right.
Fair enough.
My liege, are you ready?
I am ready. And thank you for entertaining all of this, Rivendell. I do appreciate it.
I assure you this was not entertaining. As he clicks his fingers and teleports you all.
Is he telling the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Good man.
As you go back to his study, which is Jarnvir's study, or was Jarnvir's study in Birten's castle.
Rest in peace.
As
Right.
you see, he gets back and immediately he also just casts something in the air, and he looks kind of off to the distance. The king has been informed of your presence.
And how does he feel about it? Did he reply? Is he upset?
Probably.
He's not thrilled.
As
Did
Did
expected.
he request
We tend
to
to have that
speak to
effect on
us,
people.
or are we expected to move on?
He made no request, but he did not sound too impressed either way. It is up to yourselves
Ben.
what you do here.
I very much intended to have a conversation with him.
I
So-
believe he is in his father's study.
Very well. Thank you, Rivendell. I'll let you carry on with your duties.
You see, he goes over to his desk and
Right.
he's like heavily going over Sapperstone notes.
Have you made any breakthroughs on that since the last time we spoke?
I have made small progress, but yes.
Good.
You see, he kind of picks up like this small chunk and he starts like channeling, and see, there's just like magic flowing between his fingers, some touch spell as he focuses on it, and you see it overloads and then explodes into a very small puff. Hey,
Excellent.
D&D Ost, thanks so much for the
Ooh.
raid of 11 people.
Back-to-back
What the-
raids.
Back-to-back
Back-to-back
Hey.
raids. Thank you.
Hey, it's Jedi's again.
Tell us what you were doing. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. We're all
Welcome,
D&D nerds. How did it go? I did it last time, and Jen,
Does
you're such a
Ost
fan of
stand
it. Tell her
for-
what we're doing.
We're broken shells of humans who failed to kill a lich, and so now we're going through our edgy emo arc. And so as a result of that, we ran away from the city that we were staying at, and now we went back to the city that we were basically
hold on.
originally.
What's
from.
This is a
happening
long
in the
arc. It's been
game?
going for
What's
81
happening in
sessions.
the game, not what's happening in real life.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I also failed at killing a lich in real life.
Have you ever killed a
Well-
lich? So clearly you're failing at killing a lich, Jen.
I'm so sorry, my
Where's the
bad.
lie?
I'll do
Wait.
better.
I'm
You
not
lied
that
on
old,
your
guys.
resume?
Yeah,
We're
your
all supposed to
phylactery
kill the
was
lich.
wherever your hair is. Your
Ooh. Ouch.
Oh, Nate, are you good?
I'm
you
just
need some
gonna-
help for
Are you
that one.
alright? Are you alright, Nate? I feel
Guys.
bad on your behalf.
Des just killed a lich.
Oh,
That was sad.
Hey, Raiders,
Oh, but it's
we're
just
not
gone.
normally this cruel. But,
No, I
Yeah, no, we
100%
they are. What do
am.
you mean?
No,
Yes, they are.
you haven't seen
Wow.
Nate pop into the chat on D&D Academy, and then Nate just in the chat just laying into him.
I got
It's
Nate
funny,
with the
but
best
it's
one. He was like,
brutal.
I'm sub 17 months. It feels like forever. I was like, yeah, you subbed so long ago. You had hair when you first subbed.
Oh man.
Ruthless.
So anyways, if you sub, this is what's in store for you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you get
We
access
can-
to the world anvil.
Great to have
You
you.
get
Yeah.
bullied
Good
and
here.
world level access.
And Des will say
Alright.
the line.
Mm-hmm.
But so you make your way back.
But yes. Okay, cool. No, go ahead. I don't have to do it.
The party makes their way back to I would say the center point of the campaign, Birten Kingdom, that they have long since been in. What are you all doing? Are you trying to go to Everett? Are you trying to go? Is there anything you want to do
Yes.
in the palace? Callisinder, okay, you speak with a passion, so I'm going to go to you first then. You're making your
I
way
want to see Everett.
Okay. So you know exactly
I'll
where to
join
go.
you.
Is everyone going to Everett, or is this?
I'll join. Maybe. I think I might just hang out outside so that they can have a little moment. But that if Cal needs anybody, like after he talks to his friend who's upset with him, that they can have a
Yeah.
thing. So I'm just gonna hang out like in a courtyard or something real close by.
Like
Oh, he's
Merkel
gotta-
Because I
but if-
assume she would like they want to have
Yeah.
like a private moment together since they're like best friends who are upset with each other now.
Yeah, these guys all seem
So-
busy. Donnie's just going to give Zeph a bit of a nudge and say, should we just leave them to it for... I think they're going to be a few hours. We could go find somewhere quiet to sit.
I've never met the good King Everett, but
He's a nice guy. Hell of a fighter.
I don't know what I would say. So I would take you up on that offer.
Yeah, there's some uncomfortable blood between the Kingfishers and the King. Perhaps let's go find somewhere quiet. I'll figure out a way to tell Calicindia where we are. Oh, you're right there. We're going to go and find a pub. We'll meet you there.
Right. I'll be in touch.
So, Calicindir, Zamani, Merkestiel start making their way to Everett's study, the study of his father. You get there is 2 knights just stationed at the door. I see you approach, say, kind of just cross their spears in front of the door.
Good evening. Would you please let the King Everett know that Calicindia is here to speak with him?
They kind of look over Merc, Zamani.
I'm just here for emotional support. I'm happy to wait.
Kind of one of them steps to the center of the door and the other one it just opens it just narrow enough to slip through, and you hear like muffled conversation as he walks back out. They uncross their spears. Goes, the King Everett has permitted Calicindia entry.
Understood.
Very well. Merc will just stand to the side and wait with Zamani.
I'll see you soon.
Calicindia, you walk in, you see
Sounds good.
Okay.
the warm glow of the fireplace, over all the stuff. You see Everett kind of... It's the first time really seeing him in the light since you left the Feywild with him.
Mhm.
He's a little bit older. His beard is finally able to come in thick thanks to the aging process of the Feywild, of how long he was there for. His hair is kind of swept back a bit more. He's got a completely different crown than what you have seen before. It's still got like the points of the Marabir. It's got tridents kind of like coming up as its peaks. It's distinctly neither his father's or his grandfather's.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. What was his elvish name again?
And Evraith.
Enevraith. That's right. King Enevraith. The beard suits you.
He looks up and there's like that smile you have when you haven't seen a friend in a really long time, and it kind of fades when you realize the last you left it was on bad terms. Like, he's happy to see you, but there's that underlying tension.
Yeah.
He kind of looks around. It's only you and him in the room. He looks down at his cups and You well?
Well, as everything can be considered. Trials and tribulations as always, but Still standing?
He gets up from his chair. And he walks over to you. And there's like a second where you think he's going to swing at you. And he just goes, fuck it. And he grabs you in a hug. And he just, I'm so happy you are okay.
Calzin just reaches in immediately. It's good to see you again. It's good to see you again. It's good to be back here.
It's good to see you, friend.
Of course. How has everything been here? I haven't spoken to you, really, since you returned from the Feywild, properly spoken with you. Has everything been alright? Have you been alright?
I have been well, to the most part. Still processing everything that you told me. I assume you have good reason for abandoning your odyssey.
I do. Or at the very least, I have the conviction in what I am doing is right.
Well, on the attempt to hear it with calmer ears this time, Calacinda, I say this both as the king who sets you on the trial of Odyssey, but more importantly as your friend who I've grown to trust and love. What the fuck?
That is a entirely appropriate, if what restrained, response, which I do thank you for. Do you want me to talk about the whole thing again? What happened?
No, I remember it. I don't need it repeated back to me. The what the fuck is more rhetorical. I don't know why you're siding with Samael. He killed my father. Through you.
He did. That he did. He took away 4 years of my life and used me to do untold, used all of us to do untold and horrendous crimes. He used us to kill an entire island. I do not forget that, and I will ensure that he stands judgment before the one that he proclaims to be his ancestor, at the very least. I will make sure that he does stand judgment, and to ensure that he does absolutely everything that he can, every minuscule act, even though it won't be enough, but everything that he can do, every act of redemption. This isn't me going light on him.
No, I understand that, but here's something friend to friend. In future, when you're breaking bad news to me, perhaps do it one thing at a time, in major scenarios.
That was not my intent.
Kiana still has not awoken. All the healers that I have brought. Saladin wishes to have Mercastiel killed for this.
That is a very Saladin approach.
It is, but he is sent back to the world below to continue his ambassadorship there. With his betrothed in, I believe, still in the archives.
Yes, last to my knowledge. On the Kiana news, that is something you will have to speak to Merc about. She knows more. And that is her own personal situation. Shall be what? With the gods and everything.
Enough of all this drastically dour talk. Tell me something good.
Fuck, well that's a bit hard considering events recent. Good news. Shit, this is harder than I thought. I mean, good news. Zelly and the other children are going along well. They're enjoying their life in the world below. I don't believe you had much of a chance to meet them.
No, they came through the castle once, but I did not get the pleasure of spending much time with your, I believe, adopted children.
Yes, Zamani and I. 12 of them, to be fair, which is quite the leap from 0.
I'm sure your
But-
mother is thrilled.
On some levels, yes. They are a lot of work, though, but they are a joy. They are doing well. Very well. We've also made a lot of good contacts recently, a lot of allies, a lot of new friends. So, I suppose things are not going as badly as they could. But, after all, we are the Kingfishers. It's never an easy path. At all.
I'm just glad you're all right.
Of course.
I don't know how I
I'm
would
glad
have
to see that
felt
you're
if
alright.
you'd died before we had a chance to reconcile.
Well, there was a nasty event with the Lich recently that, well, almost caught the better of us.
Promise,
but-
yeah?
Yes, that's the one. Unfortunately, he did escape from us, but
Again?
next time, I hope he won't. Yes, again. Don't worry, I don't think anyone is quite as frustrated by the situation as we are. Or at the very least.
Doesn't matter.
But
You're
no.
alive. You and someone else
I'm-
still alive.
Mm-hmm. I do want... I don't know how much it's been plaguing your mind in regards to our recent course of action against Lizefika.
It's one of the main churches in my kingdom. You must understand.
I will
Valva
not
is-
ask you to take action.
I cannot
I will
condone such
not.
action.
No? And that is why I will try my best to keep anything overt out of Birten.
Is he
Anything that would
truly
leave
as bad
traces
of it?
back to us.
Bad of it. He's never been known in public eye as a devious deity.
Why would he? All ascended need worship. Why deplete
protected
the ranks of the
humanity, though.
faithful? Of course, protected himself as well. The Jotuns would have enslaved him, the rest of humanity with it. I'm not
He's
asking
from
you to
this
change your
region,
belief.
That's why I find it.
Of course.
The
So
bay
have
is
been
named
many
after
people.
him.
That it is. Many of things are named after bad people. That doesn't mean that you have to believe in their truth. But as I said, I'm not asking you to change your belief or the beliefs of your people overnight. That is not what I will ask of you. And I do not want you to have that fear that I will be placing more stress and pressure upon your head after everything that has happened.
If there's anyone reckless or stupid enough, or perhaps ill-witted enough to try and fight a god, it is definitely you all.
That's fair. I like to say ambitious, but I suppose all of those could fit as well.
I don't think ambitious is the word.
Yes. There is,
You're about to ask something of me.
I suppose. No, I suppose to tell you a bit more. I suppose. There is something, and I'm telling you this as a friend and as a king that I trust, but there is something coming. Not something that would make sense, but it does have a name of the Dragon King. Which doesn't mean much,
It means nothing to me, Callison.
but it is perhaps the greatest threat of our time, and perhaps of the whole of Quenthos' history, perhaps even as much as the Jotuns, perhaps even more. Lizeffican has plans, but these plans are dividing the rest of the Ascended. They're dividing all of them. He seeks absolute control, whereas the rest of them do not.
That's not good.
His actions. No. There is a lot more at stake here than simply this initial mission that we were sent on. The more that we've journeyed, the more that we've discovered about the horror that is coming for us. Now, that may be a long time off from now, but at the very least, some of us live long lives.
There's no sign of it. And I think I shall do somewhat well. I should have about 140 years old left ahead of me. Not quite to your length of lineage.
Which is... No, but that is precisely why it's important for you to know.
You
I
burden
will
me
try
with
my
such
best.
knowledge. I do
I
not
suppose
believe
so.
this falls quite under the happy category that I had requested of you, but I shall let it pass.
No. Thank you, Mikey. I did have one bit more of a heavier conversation to bring up.
Listen, dear.
I am sorry.
Is it about
Samael
my
did
son?
raise a point that he can restore the soul of your father.
Can
Is that something-
potentially.
Can potentially, yeah.
What?
Is that something? Yes.
He just like staggers back to his desk and just like leans on it. He just far away stare going.
And at the very least, he is willing to try to do that with our help to make amends.
Did you know this when you told me you were siding with him?
Mercastiel did, but
Was
we
she
both
waiting
afterwards.
outside?
Yes.
He kind of calls the guards to bring Mercastiel and Zamani in.
Me too?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going in.
Merc
Hey,
will walk in and
He walks directly at Merc. As you bow, he stand up. And he just whack across your face.
I'll take
Mercastiel,
it.
are you that thick of a person that when you breaking news to me that you are siding with Samael, you do not lead with the fact that he could possibly restore my father's soul? You leave that out. Of that conversation, of all things, I know you are dim-witted. And I love you as much as I can love a sister-in-law. You are as close to family as any of my blood. But I wish to kill you sometimes. I wish.
Ow. There was a lot going on then.
And you don't think that could
That's
have
my
made it?
only defense.
Cal just side eyes to Zamani, like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You
I
are
don't
stupid.
think sorry's gonna cut it.
You are the most inept, insociable person I have ever come across, and how you managed to win over my sister is beyond me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't overly know how. Anyway,
Especially with the most recent way of conversation. I'm just going to point that out there. You made her robot.
yeah, Zamani, not overly helping. Thanks.
Wait, she was mad at you when she. To be fair, her average state seemed to be mad at you. You overly usually did something stupid.
I tried to help,
Yeah.
but she decided to pull social rank. It was real bad. This is, out of nowhere, Zamani now has a mug of coffee. Just like,
You've gotten one of the guards to get you.
It's just the one from Everett's
Yeah.
desk. You just beeline for
yeah.
it.
she's not going to steal Everett's coffee. No, she knows better than that.
Mercastiel.
Hmm.
In future, when you do something stupid, because it will inevitably come up,
Yeah.
throughout our fated lives together. Lead with a positive, if ever at all possible, and if not possible, end with the positive, please.
Okay, I will say that it wasn't overly possible to end with the positive, as we were
In
told
that
to leave.
situation, you should have led with it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you completely. I'm a fucking idiot. I know.
This is my penance for whatever I had done in lives is dealing with you all, I believe.
I'd like to
What
say
an
I've
awful
been
life
pretty
you
easy,
must
at
have
least.
lived.
Yes, Amanda,
I
you
like
are...
your new crown, by the way.
Thank you. I had it made after my first trial successfully completed.
Nice one.
Regardless, I'm happy you are also safe.
It's good to see you too. You've gotten stronger.
A couple
Wipe
of
some
years
blood.
fighting in the Feywild will do that to you.
Yeah. Can imagine.
So how have things been here since you've been back?
Good. My
Oh, thank you. God, someone has some good news.
No, honestly, Birten is thriving. After Thinvale, we've been able to reorganize our efforts, strengthening our blockade on the southern trade pass. Money is coming in. The port in Arael is completely finished. And protection of our military ships can be supplied from there as well. Honestly, everything is going quite well. Albeit there's still scorned families that I chose to legitimize Theo as my partner.
Oh, congratulations. I'm so glad. I mean, of course it makes things a little bit rough, but I think glad that you guys can be officially together.
Yeah, probably not my best decision as a ruler, but personal, it made me happy. Regardless,
Sometimes you have to put personal first.
I have had good news throughout everywhere. Vrendinwell is fully recovered from the fever. The farms are back up to full production. So things are honestly going well. We've turned Aerosphere into a small military outpost, and trying to get people to settle it is difficult. The trauma from there. And, well, Thinvale is purely military for now.
Right.
Can I ask a quick question out of character that I
Yeah.
can't 100% remember and it affects what I'm good? Okay, Donnie's plan for inviting everyone to Zamani's house for like a fun little haha meeting. Does it make sense for like Everett to be a part of that, or is that no? You are snapping silently at me. This is a question directly for you, Nate.
Oh no, I was thinking that Burton was Sathasa, so no, it makes no sense for
He's not a
Everett to
spy,
be there.
basically.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that would be like pertinent or if we should include him or whatever. So I wanted to ask you guys' opinion first because I feel like it would have been brought
No,
up.
he's not on the guest list.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. The one event.
Zamani will not bring it up then.
Can't make it happen.
I met your father recently, though, Callison. He passed through.
Oh, he came through Burton.
He did, briefly.
How was he?
What's
Was
he
he doing
doing in
alright?
Burton?
Did he look well?
He seems to be in good form.
Good.
He's
A lovely
believe
person.
He stopped to speak to Ruventier for a bit. He said he was heading... Well, he needed a teleportation to Rindleton.
I hope he has a better reception there than we do at the moment.
Well, from my
Yeah.
contacts, there is decent reception.
Good. Good.
I'm
Well,
just so
I'm glad you
happy
managed to
you're all
meet him.
well.
Likewise.
Are you staying for dinner? At the very least.
Of course.
If we're welcome.
Well, Saladin's not here,
And
so you are.
Good.
Also-
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I did hear that.
we do
Also,
have...
I don't mean to speak for Merc, but Merc does want to see Kiana, even though she's refusing to say something right now because she probably feels like she's going to be asking too much of you to do so. And then I push Merc forward.
Merc trips on a bit of carpet. Yeah. I
Good job.
mean, if that's allowed. That.
Sure. She's in her room.
See, ask
Thank
for
you.
things sometimes. The worst thing that can happen is that you're told no.
We do also have 2 companions that are out in the city. Are they also invited to the dinner, or would you?
Reuventia
Rather
told
be
me
more
there's new
excluded.
ones coming through.
Yes.
You may bring them if they want. Make sure they dress for the occasion.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
Okay.
You'd like him, I reckon.
Zeph just reverses the quote.
So I was like, we'll try
will
with
try
one
our
of them. The other one
best.
will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no grand feast.
Perfect.
But
Oh, that's all right.
No.
Understand.
Should be like older times, though.
Oh, a little bit of good news. I finally got in contact with the Knights of the Talon. That finally happened.
You should probably explain the fact that you were wanting to reach out to them to Everett because you didn't ever include Everett in that information, so they don't know what to be excited about.
Hmm.
True.
I can leave you to that, and I'll see you later this evening. Everett,
Same.
I'll find the others and make sure they're presentable for this evening. Be good to see you, though. Calcium just go back in.
Yeah.
Hug him again.
like you
I'm glad
trample
that
away and he
things
just
are
like
okay.
pulls you deep. Like it's a long hug.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're having a long hug. Zamani
Yeah.
would definitely look at Merc and be like, "You can do this. Communicate. Say words. You got this."
Yep. Words are good.
Mm-hmm. And Calzin will head out to find Donovan. We'll find Donnie and
Zeph and
Zeph in the
Donnie.
city. Yeah.
So Merc, as we'll continue the bits in the castle, then we'll go outside the castle. These Knights of the Talon. Why? When? For what purpose is this going to cause me hardship?
No, shouldn't cause you hardship at all, in fact. The Knights of the Talon, I don't know how much you know about Nemavana's.
I know that I know
Faith,
what the
worship.
public would know. I don't. Not an exceptional amount.
They are, well, very difficult to get in contact with. I've been asking pretty much everyone who worships Nemavana from here to Arvograd and back. And yeah, they have, well, I met with the Talon Lord, Alden, and he has accepted me into the ranks of the Knights of the Talon, which is, it's a lot. I don't overly know what it entails at the moment, but
So
stopping world-ending apocalypses.
you pick Nemavana of the 4 gods readily available to you. I still
Yes.
admittedly don't understand why that came to pass, and I now, knowing what I know, understand why you did not pick Liz Effican. But I must admit, for selfish reasons, I'd wished you'd pick Silelia.
Yeah. There are quite a number of days that I wake up and I wish that I had picked Silelio. And then I remember my reasons for why Nemevana. I chose to act not out of fear, which is what would have happened if I was with Silelio. Because her insanity was becoming too much for anyone. I don't know if I was the only one who still worshipped the morning sun aspect of her. But it was too much of a weight to bear. There was too much death and destruction surrounding her. I couldn't pick her.
I
And
understand.
I
You
don't
made
know
your
what's
choice. That is yours to make. I cannot fault you for it. I cannot change what has happened. But I would happily give all those lives for my sister.
I understand. I'm gonna get her back.
I should certainly hope so. Because as I see it
I'm
counted
going
right
to.
now, you have taken away 2 of my family members. Do not make a third. I'm running out of siblings.
Do you want to go see her together, or?
Would you like to be alone with her? Perhaps lead with an apology on the off chance she can hear you.
She can hear me. No matter where she is.
I have work to attend to here. Zamani, would you mind standing and escorting McCastiel to Kiana's room? And if she says something stupid
Zamani left
to
with
my...
Cal.
Oh, you're gone. Okay, never mind.
Zamani left with Cal.
It's alright. I can hit myself if I say something stupid, Everett.
He's also a king. He can literally just be like, "Hey guards, what? They're walking down the hallway. Just go grab them."
No, he's just going to send a
If
guy
he
on
wants.
McCastiel instead. It's good to have you all back. Being alone in this castle with only Thea. Kizori's gone. Saladin is gone. It's lonely. Go.
I can imagine.
See
Is he? So he's obviously wearing the ring now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, nice one. And yeah, I'll go.
So
The familiar path to her room.
as you go there, that's where we'll get back to that. We'll just quickly take a break there because it is about the 2-hour mark. I see that's just passed, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you so much for everyone who's raided through so far. Thank you so much for everyone who's followed so far, and thank you for everyone who's subbed so far. We've got a cool little donation goal up there that we're trying to get an animated intro for Campaign 3 that will explain Corsairs Cove raiding just as we're going on break. What the heck? Hey guys.
What? You bloody legends. How you going?
All the raids today. How are you guys? We're playing D&D. We're on Kingslayers
Triple
episode
raids.
81. The
Three.
party has just lost to a lich. They've headed back to the center point country of the campaign to lick their wounds and discuss where they go next. We'll be back in about 5 minutes,
Beat up
so
on
please hang on with us. We'll see you shortly. But tell us what you did. We'll see it very quickly.
Yeah.
We'll try and take a short break.
We'll see you soon.
See you in a minute. we're back. So, Merc, heading to the room, each step seems to make the corridor longer as getting closer and closer, daunting ever more, until the door is right in front of you. You can hear your own heartbeat.
Mo just thinks to herself, the whole aura of courage that paladins have, yeah, don't really work at a time like this. Fuck it. Alright. Merc will just tap on the door a little bit just in case there's healers or something in there.
Tap on a little bit, there's no response.
Yeah, step on in.
Go in the room. It's beautiful, well-pressed sheets. Kiana lies motionless, just tucked into the bed.
Looks
Barely
the
breathing.
same as when I left her.
Yeah.
Merkel. Take Kiana's hand and kneel beside the bed. Even if there's a chair there, she's still just gonna kneel and just... I'm so sorry, Kiana. This is my fault. Completely my fault. There's nothing else that I can say other than I'm going to fix this. You are going to come back to us. All of us. You will see your family again in this life. I miss you so much. So much.
So,
Yeah,
as you
just
sit there, the fire in the room, your eyes are drawn to once more.
Does it feel unnatural in any way? Like the way my eyes keep getting drawn to these flames? Is it in any way, any subtle pokes, any subtle prods at my mind?
In your mind,
Or
no.
is this just me?
Could be your subconscious. You know she lies in fire.
I won't give her the satisfaction. Merc sort of half says to herself, muttering at this point, we can do this together.
As you kind of... Second. Okay, so as you kind of sit there speaking to Kiana's body, faintly throughout the room, you can just almost like a whisper on the breeze to begin with. I know we can. And you like jump and you just see like Theo is leaning in the doorway. I got you.
Fuck.
You're hard to sneak up on, but I got you.
Holy shit, Theo. Come here, you piece of shit. Merc will stand up and give him a big old bear hug.
Just grabs you and looks back. Goes, you look like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of tears today. too many. I'm probably very dehydrated at this point.
Let's go get you a drink then. As he kind of helps guide you
Sounds
out of the
good.
room. And we cut to the Twisted Tankard down in the more common folk area of Birten. A dimly lit pub that is near and dear to the Kingfishers. Donnie and Zeph are drinking.
I feel. Oh, one moment. Let me just collect myself. Just.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
That is a lot to take in.
Yeah. Absolute fucking lunatics.
I mean, it all makes sense now, but
No, none of it makes sense, Zephyrus.
well, no, all of the other weird stuff that's been happening in the background. That makes more sense. So, let me see if I got this straight. The king that they were just talking to,
Yeah.
the father,
Yep.
was killed by them.
Yeah. They were. I'll let you finish. It sounds a lot stranger hearing it back, but yeah,
Yes.
keep going.
Okay. So they have a very strained relationship with one another, but what is that part still confuses me a little bit. But the former king
Yep.
was killed by
Kingfishers.
Macastriel, yes, Macastriel, Zamani, and Calicindia, while under the control of Samael.
Yeah.
And then they went to Samael, and now we're working with Samael.
Yeah, the power of friendship.
The power of murder, as it seems, the power of patricide. That doesn't seem very right.
Apparently killing the king was not a big deal. They're like best friends now. It's super
What do you
weird.
mean it's not a big deal? I'm sure that Everett is very upset about all of this.
Not that upset. He fucking loves Calicindia.
Right, and Calicindia is all sorts of things with Calicindia as well. I did not understand up until this point. The connection had not been made at that. Calicindia is the Starless Elf Ambassador.
Oh yeah.
Like the one that works with all of us up here.
That's the one. Doesn't do much work. Mostly makes us do it, but
I don't understand. What is... Okay. I understand that... Okay, no, I do not understand why we are still working for Samael then. Why?
Okay.
What is that?
well, let me try it again.
Okay.
Have another drink. It's easier to tolerate.
Okay, let me just
okay,
pour
so
myself another one from the bottle.
okay, Coco. So they're under some brainwashing curse from Samael.
Right,
They killed the king of Birten.
right.
Current king becomes king.
I remember that. There was a big commotion about that.
Yeah. I can't figure out this scene missing, and then now they're best friends.
Right,
And-
not only best friends, according to you, Macasteria is now engaged to Everett's sister.
Yeah, or married or something. I haven't really paid attention. But yes, so Macassiel is princess-in-law. Calicindia is ambassador.
Right.
Zamani is princess in Sathasa.
What? Are you the prince or something as well? Is this something? This is information that I did not.
Baroness, not a princess.
No, you're not there. Go away. So, no, yeah. No, I'm trying to steer clear of royalty, but apparently I can't fucking escape it. So
Okay.
Everett has to go through this quest or trial or whatever, and he has to go into the Feywild to go and find something. It wasn't that hard, but
The favor or the woad?
one of
The
them.
woad, right?
Yeah, the wood. So we go in and I save him, and Calacindia just watches. Zamani was very useful. Um, you're not there either, Af. But anyway, now he is the real king, and the people that killed his father saved him. It's incestuous. It's really weird. So
They're all good now. That's why
Appa-
they're having this conversation.
well, no, because the king hates Samael, and
But we're working with Samael.
yeah, I'll get to that. So we ended up going to Sarok. We go to Sarok, and Zamani has to go and kill the leader of the Petals. Real
I'm sorry,
asshole.
what?
Real asshole, by the way. So the Petals and so Sarok is controlled by like 3 criminal organizations. There's the Needles, the Petals, and fuck, what's the other one? Wait, I've
The
got it
Needles, the
written down.
Petals, and the Tempest Serpents.
Thank you, mysterious voice.
Yeah, those ones. Anyway, so they're friends with they're friends with the leader of the Needles. They've got some weird friends. Scary dude. I like him a lot. Then we go and kill the leader of the Petals because she ruined Zamani's life.
I mean, understandable. I would too.
But there is a lot of messed up history there. We don't have enough alcohol for that. But
I beg to differ. Cheers.
All right. Yes. Here we go again. So, we kill the leader of the Petals, and then we're in the basement of this House of Companionship, a brothel in Sarok, and we're invited down, and we meet Samael in there, and the 3 Kingslayers have a discussion with Samael. I'm ready to throw down. I could take him, but anyway, they have a nice conversation, and then they're all best friends.
So they're just willing to just forget about the fact that Samael basically brainwashed them for 4 years, made them kill the king of Birten.
Yeah.
And just call it water under the bridge.
Yeah, and that's about it. And now Samael is happy to be their friend. They want to kill Lezevikin instead now because Lezevikin wants to eat a part of Calacindia's god.
Right, that was what I was wondering about as well. You mentioned something about souls. What the fuck is up with that?
Oh, the souls. I know about half of it. Half of my soul is stuck in Gromithy's phylactery.
Right, that
Yeah,
just
that
happened
one's-
yesterday, and I'm very sorry about that.
Nah,
Moving on.
Apparently, it's fine. Calacindia's soul is getting consumed, replaced, eaten, melted by his god. Apparently, something like that. And
And who is his god?
it's a dead thing. You have to don't ask him about it because he just does not shut up about it. Apparently, he's like some gifted prophet or whatever. But
Does this have to do with him talking to himself in the middle of the night, very unnervingly?
yeah, he does that quite a bit. I don't think he realizes he's doing it sometimes. It's really unnerving.
Who is he talking to?
Himself, I think. Or he's talking to Zamani and she's not listening.
I mean, I don't blame her. Sometimes the words that
Yeah,
come out of
it's-
India's mouth just comes in one ear and out the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, it's incessant.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
So, Zamani is a bit easier to explain. Zamani got swindled out of her soul by the Lord of Decay.
You said this would be easier to explain.
Yeah,
How do you lose your soul to a god?
a devil, not a god. He's an asshole.
Okay. How do you lose a soul to an asshole?
Well, he's an asshole, but he's clever. What's the opposite of threatening her children? but still making her do what you want. It's that.
Gaslighting, I believe, is the common term.
It's super gaslighting. He's a fucking prick. So he gaslights her into splitting out the kids, and in exchange for that, she now has to serve him for time immemorial in her afterlife.
So who's going to the afterlife and who's not going to the afterlife? Because this seems like a very important discussion to have as well. Do we need to fix that? Is everybody okay with where they're going?
Well, I have some ideas, and ask me later about them, but I might have an idea on somebody's soul. Kalasinde, he's either going to get broken up into 1,000 different pieces, or his god's going to eat him, or his brain will melt, or something like that. Either way, it would be an improvement. And Mercastiel will totally go to heaven, or whatever the version of heaven is. Does you want to jump in with law appropriate?
She would go to one of the regions of Rebosa where the ascended gods live, and they have domains where they keep souls.
I say that, and I cast exposition, and me, I would probably just go and work for Xerxes after I'm done, if I can kill Gromathir and destroy the phylactery.
Oh, okay. I think that just about covers everything, right?
And there's Lezephican. Lezephican wants to eat. Lezephican is the god of magic and storms.
Right.
He doesn't deserve either of those titles. He's an imposter for storms. That's my domain. That's a joke. But regardless, what they want to do is this is the Kingfisher's plan, to stop him eating Kalasindi's dead god. They want to kill him, split his domains up between Xerxes and Samael. I'm pretty sure.
If the god is already dead, who cares?
Apparently,
It's a dead god.
I think Kalasindi wants to eat it instead.
Can't they just like divvy it up, like one leg for you, one leg for me?
I don't think it's one of the things you want to share. I think you want to kind of put it all in one bucket.
Okay. Cheers.
So at this point, as you cheers, getting through this conversation, Kalasindir and Zamani, you know where most of the weary souls that leave the Palace of Birten end up in the Twisted Tankard. So it's your first place to check, and lo and behold, Donnie and Zeph are drinking, and
Zeph, are you good? You look kind of.
Yeah.
How much have you had? You've
I
only
think
been
it smells
for like
from
an
over here.
hour.
They didn't get arrested. Hot shit.
What do you mean? Of course we didn't get arrested.
It's I've had quite a bit, so we should.
Jim Bean. Interesting. Never seen that before.
Oh no, you say it as all one word. Jim Beam.
It's a new brand
Jim Beam,
here in
Jim Beam.
Birten. Yes.
Jim Bean. Right.
Okay.
It's an acronym for something.
So geez, why are you absolutely sloshed? It's only been an hour. Kind of speed running, don't you think?
There was a lot to understand, and I don't think my mental capacities were within their capabilities to understand exactly what is happening here with this group. Are you okay?
What did you tell him? And somebody will absolutely look over at Donnie.
The truth.
Which part? It's a big
Yeah.
thing.
And are we talking
Are you
about the
okay?
Donovan?
Do you need a hug?
We
It
know.
seems like this-
Let's take a hug, sure.
It seems like there's been a lot happening over the last couple of. This has all been happening over the last months now, hasn't it?
Yes, hasn't been a year.
Zeph, to be honest with you, this is just the same level of fucked up as it's been most of my entire life.
I told you it was rough, buddy.
I mean, at
see
least
that.
now I have freedom to walk around where I want to go, so.
I suppose that is better than nothing, but
True.
at the same time, there is, if we're ever back in Arvograd, there are some wonderful services where you are able to talk about your feelings and process them if you have a need.
See, when you started this sentence, you said wonderful services, and I got kind of excited, and then you weren't going in the direction that I thought you were going in.
You were thinking about the other wonderful services, weren't you?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a humming cloak service. I'm pretty sure that we
Oh,
have
wait.
connections, but
No, you have to go to a tailor for that, apparently.
oh, you could go to the tailor for that. By the way, Donovan, that looks very good on you.
Oh, yes, thank you.
It's a nice change of colors.
Yeah, the pants are well fitting as well. She had to adjust like 5 times to get the measurements right. I don't know what she was on about, but
Hey, Calicindia, who are you talking to?
Sorry, what?
Who are you talking to?
Right now, you, Donovan,
no.
Samani.
No.
Well-
You know what we're talking about. It's when you go and talk to yourself. What? Who are you
Oh,
talking?
that. Speaking to the fractured consciousness that is in my mind.
So there's another person in your mind.
Well, there's kind of two, technically.
It's hard to
'cause
explain, but kind
But-
of, yes.
Poor
There's the other
bastard.
Cal, and then there's also the God part.
Yeah,
You have a god in your brain.
yes.
Well, how else do you mentally
told you he was
communicate
eating it.
with your patron?
I don't have a patron.
Oh, well, stay in the Kingfishers long enough, you'll get one.
You'll get someone
No.
looking out after you.
That was out of character.
No,
But no, I'm speaking. I am speaking to myself, but another version. Well, another part of my mind, I suppose. Fractured as it is.
So the shards are something that aren't really supposed to be held by people who are mortal in the
No.
long term, and the result of having so many of those kind of fractured Cal's consciousness sometime in the past. So one of them stayed the same, and one of them continued to experience more things, which is the one that we know.
To be fair, the fracturing started before I
You
even
just
claimed
admitted
the
on the
shards. That
original.
just made it worse. Shut up. Anyway. The fracturing started before the shards. No,
See, it just happened
they
again.
just sped it up.
Yeah, that's normal. Don't worry about it. You can. What's really cool? You can actually have a conversation with both at the same time.
Oh yes, let's mentally traumatize me. Excellent, great idea. Let's do it.
What do you mean? We've had a
That
conversation
was a
with
joke.
the three of us.
That was a joke.
Wait, how often have I been talking to Calicindia, and how often have I been talking to the other one?
I normally
Calicindia.
call the other one Cindir. And we have
He doesn't
Cal and
like
we have
that.
Cindir. Because, yeah, I don't care because I'm not calling you Cal Cindir and Cal Cindir because that's fucking difficult. He'll be fine.
How
okay,
does the other
Calicindia.
voice feel about that?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if Cal was the one who's whining about it either, but you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I think we are mostly caught up, except for the fact
You
that
hear that, by the way? Callisinder just breaks
Come on,
into
it
a
gives
bit of
you-
laughter.
What?
No, that's just him. He's
no,
complaining, but it's
what?
kind of funny. No, it's all right. Anyway,
No,
the point is,
what?
I think we should address here.
Wait, stop.
You're doing
The-
a really bad job of avoiding things.
The other one is funny, and we'd have to deal with you the whole time.
To be fair, it was something
Very
that
funny.
Cal found funny.
Oh,
To be fair, it's
yeah.
something that Raph found funny because Des sent it.
So,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what is it?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does. I'm nosy. I'm curious.
Come
wanna
on,
know.
I want to hear. I want to hear the joke.
You know what? I'll let him say it for himself. Come on, do your thing.
No response.
You said it. You speak. All right, you're trying to hide away, are you? Very funny of you.
Now you're looking weird. Just tell us what it was.
No, it's
There
all
are
right.
other people in the tap
No,
room.
it's
no,
alright,
no,
it's alright.
it's not alright. No,
I
it's
can't
not.
say it on stream.
Oh.
Anyway,
What
You
are we
better
talking about?
DM that shit to me right now.
no,
Just full on, just like Sparta kick through the fourth wall.
fourth wall. What's that?
It's someone over there.
Yeah,
You
anyway.
DM that now.
I want to address the fact that both of you, well, Everett has invited us for dinner, which we'll be accepting, and the invitation is extended towards the two of you if you wish to come along.
This is
I-
that king that didn't arrest them.
Oh,
friend.
yeah.
Yes.
Wait. So what
What
exactly
kind of
did you?
relationship? What kind of relationship do you have with Everett? Because you killed Everett's father, and
He
then
is one
now
of my closest friends.
good to know that there's been a lot of development. But also, is Macastrio okay?
No. But are any of us? That is the real question.
You all really need help.
That's
I'm
why you're
doing
here.
my-
Congratulations, you're
I'm
the help.
doing my best.
Ta-da!
I'm not qualified for this kind of help.
You and me both, kid.
What do you mean? Of course you are. You're literally helping us kick ass and solve our problems.
I'm hired to help you kick ass. I'm not here to help you solve your problems.
But our problems are being solved by kicking ass.
It's not those kinds of problems I think he's talking about.
Violence is not always
Oh, those
the answer.
aren't possible. What do you mean? You can't fix that shit.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot. I think that we're nearing the ends of the bottle, and there is dinner to be had. Can somebody please help me up? I cannot walk anymore.
No, I've got it. I will grab Zeph, give him a. I told you they were fucking crazy. And as I whisper into him with my hand on the side of his head, I will lay on hands and cure poison.
Oh,
Easy.
oh,
easy.
that's just cheat. That is just cheating.
Yes.
Don't
Now you
double
can
dip,
double
though.
dip.
True.
Oh,
I
I
will
did not
tap
know you could do that.
myself and do the same thing.
Okay.
Well, that was fun.
And I still remember. Wow,
Yeah.
that is very useful.
It's really good, right?
Okay.
All right.
All right. So dinner
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
king.
With the king,
Private
not
affair.
any strange gods or devils, and we won't be
No.
selling our souls away.
Do
Well,
we
there'll
need
be
to dress?
Theo there, but he's a blast.
Do we need to dress up or?
Well, we were told that you
That
need
would
to
be
dress
preferable.
appropriately for dinner with the king. Yeah.
Zeph,
Okay, let me just stop. Yes.
hold still for one moment. And Cal's is gonna like try and prestidigitate some dirt and like just try to clean up as best as he can.
Is it like hoovered or does it just like disappear?
Buddy, you're gonna need
It-
more than a cantrip for that.
Just over and over and over again.
Power word
Just
Not
over
over
and
level
over.
prestidigitation.
So only like small patches. Cal's like, right, this may not be as fast as I thought it would be.
You know, like the saturation filter, it goes from like all the way to the left, like all the way to the right.
Yep.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
help. I also have prestidigitate.
All right, let's speed this up a bit.
Got it.
I have it, but I'm not helping. I want to watch this.
It's
So mine
entertaining.
looks over at Donnie then.
I feel so much lighter.
Yeah, well, maybe you should clean your shit.
Half of
I
his
was-
charm.
I was working with Tuvu, and Tuvu does not like me very clean.
Speaking of, what's going on with that?
Hmm.
Are you guys not together anymore? I thought that you kind of kept each other.
Yes, but Tuvu needs a little bit of a break from dying all the time.
You know, that's fair.
It did put a little bit of a strain on our relationship, but I can assure you, this is not going to affect my capabilities in combat and my ability to help you.
So what are you
In
gonna do
fact-
now?
I need to have a word with Kelsia because Kelsia has some ability to help me, but it also seems like we have to have a conversation with Kelsia.
Mhm.
Let her know about the
It's
whole
true.
Gramathea situation.
True.
So
Well,
there's
is there
that.
somewhere we can go and get changed? I'm in my drinking pants.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that we can change it once we get to the castle.
Yeah.
Unless
It
you
wouldn't
wanna-
be it wouldn't be a jump to assume, Des, that there's just rooms that
Yeah, no,
we
you
would be
could
able to
get.
get. Like the Starlers have quarters there that
Well, you've got the
Calzina could easily
ambassador
be
room.
like, okay.
Yeah, whenever you guys stay
Yeah.
there, you get the ambassador suites.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
As you
So-
guys are all getting ready, packing up to leave, Merc comes through the door. Drinks?
Nope.
Dinner.
Sorry.
Here, you could have whatever's left in here.
It's half backwash.
I'll just,
And it's just from someone
I'll
else's
just-
table.
I'll
Hey,
just
look,
drink it.
Zeph doesn't have any lips, okay? Can't help
I'll
it.
just
True.
drink it.
Haven't even
It's
considered
alright.
that.
He just drinks it like a bird.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen like when you go like feed the parrots the little nectar?
I've
or
never even
whatever?
parrots
It's
shots.
just like just like over the shot glass, and just like the tongue comes out and laps it up.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it's-
understanding me, Viddy.
Wild turkey American honey. Why do you think I call it wild turkey?
Damn. Wait, does that mean monkey shoulders? They just feed it to monkeys?
No, it's
Damn,
made of
yes.
monkeys.
Oh,
Oh.
sh-
Specifically 3 monkeys.
Just
Sheepdog whiskey,
just the shoulder part.
Bro, you don't want to see how they harvest from Jack Daniels.
That was fantastic, Desmond.
Disgusting.
So, anyways,
I
we're gonna
expected
go have
nothing
dinner,
less.
right?
Anyway, we go to the castle to have dinner.
All right, I go get changed.
You get
As I
changed.
come out,
It's a small, beautiful table.
I'll before we go in, I'll stop Calicinda and I'll pull the sorcerer's sash out of my jacket. Well, Calicinda, you're an ambassador. You should probably wear this. And I'll put the sash over his clothes.
I'm trying to remember, when did we get this? Was Cal there?
This
when
was
you
in
guys
Arvergard,
had-
you
I'll
were
pay.
there.
Kel literally paid for it in front of him with the
Okay.
deal
I
that
wasn't
when
sure
I don't
when
need it
this-
anymore, you can have
Because we
it.
got so many different items then, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Donovan. You didn't want this?
No, I'm feeling a little. I'm feeling like I don't need it anymore.
Right. Man, I'll put this to good use. Very much
Great.
a team player thing of you.
Yeah,
When you-
something like that.
When you flip it over, does it say Miss Ava Grad 450 ND?
No,
We
just
just
has
dropped.
Lara's phone number.
450 ND. That was like 90 years ago.
Yeah, I don't even know what year we're at. I'll
540.
be honest.
540.
541. Fuck,
Yeah.
got the numbers the wrong way around. Never mind.
So, as you all sit down, it
I
simply,
think. Oh no. All good.
it's simply Everett and Theo. There's very few
Am I
other people
dropping?
around.
You froze for a little bit, Nate, but
No, you're good now. Oh, wait, never mind.
frozen again.
Oh, Nate's, yeah.
Look,
think Nate's
that
dropping
bar
a bit.
conversation took up all of Nate's bandwidth. Okay, like I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it
probably.
needed to be
Whoa.
done.
Do we want to throw up a quick tech difficulties or?
Nate, is there? If the camera's gone, we'll start up quickly. We'll be back in a couple seconds, guys, once we get this sorted out. See you in a minute. hello, welcome back. Technical issues sorted as you make your way to dinner. As I was saying, you see a small, humble little setup where it's just Theo, Everett. It's a nice little feast laid out. Modest. It's good. It's a lot of fish. And Viddy, thank you for the sub.
I
Big
had a
gamer.
message at the beginning of stream and I forgot about it.
So, as you all sit down, Everett kind of looks over you all and kind of acknowledges Donovan, goes, nice to see you again, Donovan.
Good to see you again, Everett. Oh, Your Highness. Your Highness, probably.
Yes,
It's
what do we
fine.
refer to you as?
This
Your
is our
Highness
most recent companion.
usual.
Copy that.
Bless you.
This is our most recent companion, Zeph of the Humming Cloaks.
I've heard many great things of the Humming Cloak, Seth. Welcome to my home.
Thank you very much, Your Highness.
Okay, that feels a little weird. I'm so used to the Kingfishers just using my name, and Everett is fine while we're in private company.
Thank you very much, Everett.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I called you Your Highness. Probably some breach of decorum or something.
Well, to my understanding,
think-
you have special privileges as well.
Each of
It
decorum?
still feels.
Macastille? Surely not.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of flunk my, lessons occasionally. I should probably get back onto
Occasionally?
that. I mean, Cal, we need to get back onto that whole court thing.
Yes, life has been busy recently.
Shit.
You know what they say,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
take
busy.
Macassia to water, but you can't teach her manners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for having us. This looks spectacular.
Enjoy. If you wish to stay the night, the ambassador's suites are always yours.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sleep well.
Look forward to
Sleep safe.
seeing them again.
So did you guys have a full-on wedding? Was it a whole big to-do? Was it exciting?
We've
What
been
happened?
married for a long time. Macassia actually married me
Oh, yes.
and Everett before.
But did you have like an official one for everybody since you made the announcement official?
No, it would probably
Well,
make
like-
people mad, rubbing it in their faces.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm already busy arranging weddings for Kazori and Saladin. So.
Right.
How is Kazori?
She's not happy, but she understands the duty that needs to be done. She's not a great lover of the situation, but there's many connections that had to be made.
Understandable.
So, I know drastically.
So, Theo, have you missed us too much?
just
Just gonna talk
cut
over each other.
Right.
Got over the
Look,
king.
that's not fair. That is
Yeah, that's,
as you
that's
said, Theo
internet
kind of
issues.
just looks over and he just goes, honestly, I kind of didn't notice you were gone. So,
Bullshit, and you
Sounds
know
about
it,
right.
Theo.
you know what? It's been quieter without you clopping
That
around
is
the
also
castle.
very fair.
Yep. Yeah, you managed to keep those floors polished now, I assume. Well, not you, but
No, not
Yeah.
me. Having which for Donnie and Zeph, you would notice Theo has only one hand. The other is a metal gauntlet.
Oh, like India.
Yeah. So Cassandra doesn't have the gauntlet. As
Yeah.
Cassandra turns to somebody,
He's
can
not
you
tall
just
enough.
cut
Theo
my,
did it
cut my
first.
meat there? Puts the fork in, somebody just...
Cassandra is just a
No,
copycat.
Cal just uses mage hand for everything. Like, that's the way I just take it. Cal just uses mage hand for a lot of simple tasks like that.
does he attach the mage hand to his stump so that it's still like?
No.
It's a very
just floats in the
handy
air.
cantrip.
Hey, I see what you did
Hey.
there.
That was free. Like, I'm not proud of that
Yeah.
one.
You should be.
As every kind of pipes
You
up.
was a good one.
I know very little of either you, Donovan, or Zephyrus. I don't know much of your origins. Please, tell me of yourself. Where do you hail from? Where do you call home?
Zeph, after you.
I suppose. My name is Zephyros. I am a wayfinder of the Humming Cloaks based in Alvograd. I suppose before then, I was also part of I am Corvathil by nature, Ravenfolk. And I hail from a region very much north of where we are currently, on the other side of the continent.
Are you talking Yoltrin, Bellerin?
Bellerin and north of Bellerin all the way up to Mount Ondai.
Interesting.
They travel. My home travels.
That's very interesting. Our court mage, Jornve, he used to, our former court mage, he studied up in Bellerin with the Goliath ring mages.
Oh, really? Maybe I could get to know them.
Unfortunately, Jornve is no longer with us.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
That's all right. He died a hero.
That he did.
When we invaded the Emperor of Ghouls, he ended up sacrificing himself in order to help us escape with all of the hostages.
So he died nobly, helping
Yes.
friends.
His daughter is
that
now
is-
Dariel with us.
I believe his daughter is fostered by Calicindia.
That is correct.
Silly.
No.
No, Bridget.
Right. Don't think I've met that one.
So many
Yeah.
children over on that side.
So
It's
many
very hard to
kids.
keep track.
She's not a part of the 12.
No.
Ah.
You have
Yes.
13.
It's
Technically,
unlucky cull
yes.
one of them.
Elrin,
No.
easy.
Damn.
But that
Fuck.
is all. That is really all you need to, I suppose, know about me. Unless you have any questions. Donovan, how to you?
It's not much of a tale, to be honest. Come from a small town outside of Riddleton. There's a beautiful bakery out there. And if you ever find yourself in that direction, feel free to stop in. Don't drop any names, but the cinnamon scrolls will change your life. I journeyed out of there pretty young, as you're probably aware. Sometimes you get wanderlust, and found myself at Sakatilavia.
The Bard School.
Yes, I'm not much of a singer, but
What do you play?
I'm not much of a performer. The lessons didn't take. However, they do have a wonderful collection of cards, and in that is where I found most of my instruction.
Or a military man,
Something like that.
equivalent. That's interesting. It's you picked up some very interesting friends. I had wanted to wanderlust, but duty called before I could leave, unfortunately. So he raises a glass to
Yeah.
the Kingfishers, Zamani, Mercassi, and Cassidy. He goes, duty, and he takes a drink.
Merc is
Okay.
just like staring at her plate, just pushing food around, just like, still seeing everything, but just awkward.
Well, you've heard about us a little bit now. How about you? I do not know very much about yourself outside of your public image. What is your
alright,
favorite color?
Sapphire.
Very good to know.
Well, I'm firstborn to King Anathor Tarandir, considered to be the prophesized child. My father was between the Morrowbeer and Birten. Thought it would unify the lands, and then, well, he didn't. I'm maybe 40 odd years old. And took the throne by by necessity. As firstborn, I have 3 siblings. I have a younger brother, Saladin, and 2 younger sisters, Kiana and Kazori. Kiana is betrothed to Mercastiel. Kazori is
So I've
off
recently
with
heard.
the Lorthonians in Lothric. She's betrothed to them. And Saladin is going to be married to one of Calacinda's sisters. I took the throne when it passed to me. I'm married to Theo. Have been for quite some time. Much to a few of my advisors' dismay. I too have been trying to follow my father's prophecy, as technically it could befit me, and my mother was of the Morrowind. Thanks to the party, they pulled me out of what felt like was going to be an eternal combat, and I passed the trial of the Oleander Dragon. I still have to fetch the crown from the Zephican Bay and work towards finishing the rest of the trials before I'm considered truly the king that will unify. What else? I study the arcane, my mother's tradition of blade singing. I use my grandfather's trident for it. It's a very exceptional item. I'm not that good at it, but I've gotten better.
Right. Disagree. You're a killing machine.
I agree.
I like flattery. Thank you, Donovan.
Especially in the last few years, we've gotten insanely good.
Well, I had a few years in the space of a week or two, so that was...
Yeah, you lasted impressively long in that combat.
That's what she said.
You
It's what he
I
said.
literally did say that.
I'm sorry, that was out of character. My bad. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I did what I could.
What? Well, that is very impressive. And in order of information received, congratulations, congratulations. I'm very sorry about Kiana. Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you. Other than that, I sent all of as you gestures to Zamani, or I sent them on a trial by Odyssey, much to my advisor's dismay, rather than executing them for the death of my father.
Thanks for that.
Which we are very grateful for every single day.
yeah, thanks for not killing us.
You're welcome. I gave them land in RIL, I gave them an abandoned castle, and now I tax them for making money in my kingdom, so it's very profitable. I cannot wait to audit their adventuring funds, because that will be a good profit. Wait.
What funds?
I jest.
I have none.
Oh, if it helps,
We've bought a lot of potions. That's all I gotta say.
I've been spending a lot of Calacida's money if it makes you feel better.
Someone has to.
That he has.
Supplies purchased to further the reach of the kingdom tax deductible.
Yeah, sure, why not? The Crown has publicly backed the Kingfishers before. I'm sure it will again someday. But, no, other than that, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not a very interesting person, I apologise.
On the
No, this is
contrary, everything
very-
you've said is incredibly interesting.
This is
But it's-
very fascinating because you're usually very stoic and very put together when you put on your speeches. This is a very different side of you.
I've been
that
told
not
I
many
write a
people
good
get to see.
speech.
You do write a very good
True.
speech. I was a fan.
Oh, you've heard
I've
them?
heard a lot of them.
Of course.
The brass lungs travels that far, that's... Alright, well,
At least very much to Offergrad and with the humming cloaks. We need to know everything that is happening.
well, I'm glad it was good. The most recent one was, naming Birten, naming the country. I felt good about that one, at least. No, I suppose things... I don't really do many things. Things seem to just happen to me. He raises his glass to Zamani Mercastier. Things. As he takes another drink.
Merc will cheers to that one.
Fair.
I try and...
You've got good wine.
I'm sure you'll sampled all the bottles in the palace long before.
Quite a few.
Don't worry, I already know what you're getting as a wedding gift.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Key to the cellar.
I would
I don't want
compare.
to.
I would compare gifts, and I'm pretty sure you'll like my one.
All right. What do you? No, you know what? Not in front of them.
No. After. Well, you're the king. Send them out.
After dessert.
Please share them. And
You're just nosy, Calicinda. You
No,
like
I
knowing
like it.
everything. You're just
I like
Yes.
a good surprise.
need
I am
go
happy to
shopping.
get to actually talk again. Though.
So
Me
tell
too.
me,
I am sorry.
with the children, who are you going to leave them to, and you inevitably end up getting yourselves killed by the god?
We're not going to.
Interesting, because I assume everyone who's sitting in front of me right now is going to be dead by year's end. Well, next year's end, let's see.
I mean, the
Well,
hope is
this
for
year.
that not to happen.
Well, in
That
that
is-
regard, I really hope you change your opinion. But because if everybody on this side of the table ends up dead by the end of the year, you will be dead by the end of next year.
Well, here's to dead people.
Cheers.
I would have thought you'd have a bit more faith in us.
I have faith in you. I just think you're decided to fight a god, and it's never
Not,
been
is
not
true.
our own. To be fair,
we have allies.
it's not
We
just
have
fight.
powerful allies.
Will it be enough? Time will tell. But I hope
Sure.
that a year from
always
now
does.
we'll be able to sit across this table once again, sharing a nice
And-
peaceful dinner.
Peace, that'd be nice.
My little hellions will be continuing to run around at full speed doing what God knows what.
I know. I'll have to introduce them to Birten. Make them your problem for a bit.
I never offered to babysit.
Well, you've
That's
done it
probably
already.
a good thing. They're all
I mean, people
uniquely
don't tend
magically
to offer.
adopt.
Just happens.
I heard a bit about it from
I
your
have you.
father, Galatindia, so
I highly recommend it. It's very cathartic to work with children. You learn a lot of things about them, and they're very brutally honest about you.
Have you met these
That's
kids?
I have not, but judging by the sleeplessness on Zamani and Calicindia's face, I'm assuming it's the same.
Well, I
They're
cast
handsome.
dream every night to keep one of them from slipping through out of their dream bubble and into the realm of sleepless dreams, so that they don't inevitably captured by the creatures that lay there. So that's a good starting point.
that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's just one of them.
Yes.
They really take you out of you.
No, thank you.
It's very rewarding.
I'm good.
a lot of work too. Positive thing overall, though. When we defeated Grandma here, they were supposed to be able to come back to Ariel. Probably going to be very upset that they have to stay
That
down
will
there
happen.
for a little while
Yes.
That'll happen. We'll get there. We can do it.
longer. Yes, but children do
It's more
not
a
like
matter of
broken
when.
promises, even if the promise is
Mhm.
just still soon.
Well, we didn't break the promise.
You explain that to children when you say you only have to wait this much longer, and then now you have
Mhm.
to wait longer than you had to.
Oh, I have.
Yeah. Like,
Explain it
Exactly.
to one of them
It-
is fine. But all 12 of them, especially once one of them starts to get their ideas into one head and then it circulates and then it goes around.
No, you
That
just
is the
slip it
true
in the
announcement.
middle of conversation sometime. You get them busy with one thing, and then you just slip it in. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stay here for a little bit. Look over there, there's a balloon. And then attention spans are very, very.
Merc looks
Easy.
over to
It
see
doesn't
if there's
work
a
on all
balloon.
12 of them. Trust.
Just
To be fair, the age ranges are too wide. It definitely works on the
Yeah.
younger ones, not so much on the older ones.
Well, the older ones will understand with time. The younger ones are the ones that tend to be a little bit more troublesome when they're upset.
But look, I'm sure you'll all have a glorious life or death, whatever it comes down to fighting this god, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll need as much luck as we can get. But I think perhaps talk about more peaceful, happier things than our imminent demise.
Coming to get to know you all, I've known that happy conversation is few and far between.
That is very true. I'll drink to that as well.
It is.
This is
but
something that I am still learning.
I'm
I mean, I
curious.
feel like we-
how's
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's been a while since we've checked in with you about Rendenwell. I'm curious as to how that's recovering from its.
It's back to full production. It's going well.
Good.
Glad to hear it. No residual trauma or anything from that.
There's definitely
There would
trauma,
be,
but
but-
the functionality of the settlement is back where it should be. We have never managed
good.
to locate this Fick that
No,
infiltrated.
no.
And if I may ask, what about Irisphere?
It's a small military settlement for now. We're trying to get it repopulated, but people are slow to trust that it's safe to go back to.
Understandable.
Same as
Hang
Thimbleweed.
on. Did we tell Everett about Fick?
Yeah.
He heard about the
Yeah,
reports at the very
okay.
least as well.
And
Okay, cool.
we
I
passed
was-
on
I
all
was
the
gonna say, what?
information. We passed on all the information that we've got about that side of
cool.
things.
I was about to be like, hang on.
Mhm.
The paranoia is kicking in. Cool.
Well, look, to happier conversations as your meal continues, and small talk is pleasant. It's nice to be away from the weight of the world, even just for a dinner. And the night comes to. Morning, you can set out to Ariel Keep if you so wish. Or is there anything you wish to do in the city of Birten before you go?
I mean, I want to detour to Irisphere along the way. Too.
You can also just teleport to Irisphere. Like
That's true.
Ruben
Get
could
Ruben to
teleport
teleport us, yeah.
Irisphere, teleport you further in.
Yeah, that saves time. That saves time.
First thing in the morning before we do head off, Merc will take a quick little. Actually, the night before, as close to like midnight as possible, she'll try and take a little trip to the Moonlit Nest, see how that's all going now that Nemavana is free.
Yeah, it's going. It's actually thriving. The midnight mass is very popular.
Hell yeah, awesome. Yeah, Merc will stay in like the background of the mass, like at the back of the group, but still be there to witness the better times of the church.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything anyone wishes to do the night of other than Mercastian?
I think I'm good.
No.
I need to go to Irisphere, right?
For what purpose?
For Kelsier.
Kelsier now resides in Ariel Keep
Ariel.
On Ariel.
Because he's the principal of my school.
because Irisphere was raised due to Gromathyr. So all Kelsier's
Right,
ranch
okay.
and stuff
Sorry,
was
understood.
slightly brought them north to, well, as much as he could north, east to Ariel Keep.
Got it.
Calacinder's the one who needs to get to Irisphere.
So I can get my hand back.
Well,
Is the
That's what you
golem
assume.
still there? Or did it get
I-
destroyed? I can't remember.
The golem stopped for
It was
Calacinder
still
Seas
there.
of Royal Blood.
Okay, cool. So only Cal can go.
I'm curious we'll recognize the bond between Zamani and Cal, since they did promise to each other under the woad. So they're technically married already.
True, however, it's blood, and it doesn't care about the wood. Probably.
Who
Um,
knows? Test it, just push her in front of it. No.
Rude.
but yeah, there's nothing in Birten besides just spending time with people to do.
So,
Yep.
Cool.
So I'm good to go then.
There's
I'm
Dane.
just curious of time. And I'm going to pose this to you, Raph. Would you rather play this out now, or would you like to dedicate one of our streams throughout the week to actually you going in there?
Depends how much. What do you think it's going to be like? Like, do you think is a lot in there?
Not that there's a super lot, but it's time consuming. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay,
As
yeah,
I
I'll be
said,
happy
it's
to do
only
that
really
then.
Calacinder that can go past through.
Yeah, I'll be fine then to dedicate time for that then. Yeah.
So, for the sake of expediency, we will say you teleport to Irisphere. Calacinder will
Mhm.
go in, and eventually he will come out a couple hours later. Unless I'm curious, Calacinder, would you want to bring anyone in with you, or try and bring anyone in with you? And if so, is anyone free either Wednesday or Friday to be a part of that?
Ooh, I'm not.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
Calacinder,
wish I
it's a
could. It's
solo
just
bone.
very last minute.
It's a solid bowler. So Calacinder,
If it was a Tuesday,
Hmm.
um,
No, so Calacinder will
Okay.
go in. He comes out with both hands, though, and with a large staff that seems to almost have like a lantern on top of it.
Compensating. Sorry, I had to.
perfect.
Where have you been keeping that hand, Calacinder?
What's that, sorry?
Where have you been keeping that hand?
Down there. Had to go retrieve it. Sorry for the wait.
That stinks.
Do I know what it is? Can I like?
This is the guiding,
I'm just
light's
fine. I'm just-
guiding light.
I'm just-
It is known as his staff.
Okay.
It is what will end being your
Right.
endgame weapon, but I'm not going to give you stats for that until
Yeah, easy.
It's a bonking stick.
it is a big bonking stick.
Look.
Hell yeah.
But after that, you teleport your way back to Ariel Keep.
oh, before we get teleported, I think we need to have a conversation about how we're going to approach Calzier regarding the information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know it better than I do, but
True.
I feel like we should just rip it off.
Yeah, but do we have any good news to give? Because we learned the hard way last time that if we just give them bad news, it's not going to end well.
Well, it's
No, we
kind of
don't.
the same. It's kind of the same news, isn't it? Because it's good news. Your brother's still alive. Bad news. Your brother is still alive.
Good
So
news.
It's a complicated
hey,
situation.
The Fane still remembers you, and she's happy. Happy to hear about that you're okay.
Wait,
That is
did I miss
actually
that?
very good news.
That's the
I didn't
thing.
know that the Fane knew Kelsier, did I?
Mm-hmm.
That
No,
didn't
you
get
were
brought
not
up
there
to
for
me.
that.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just expedient if we explained the nature of the phylactery. It seemed to represent both the brothers.
It is
Yeah.
entirely possible that Calzier would know a little bit more about this phylactery.
True.
Yes.
What do you mean the Fane knew Kelsier?
The
So
Fane.
Kelsier and Grom.
Go ahead.
Kelsier and Gromathir were sent out to the ruins where the Fane resided when they were both still a part of the Humming Cloaks, and they just didn't quite report it and continued to go back and meet with the Fane over and over again. And eventually, they won her trust, and she taught them magics.
Oh.
And then, Gromathir betrayed that trust by turning her bones into a tree.
Yeah, I mean, that would betray anyone's trust, I think. Doing anything with bones. Kind of icky.
I mean, personally, I thought that souls were also at the table, but apparently that's all fair game here. So bones, why not?
I mean, I have mine now. Technically, I just don't own it. Like it's I have it. It's a
Your
pencil
Everyone in the
symbol.
party, everyone in
sorry,
the party
your
just looks
souls-
at Zamani like,
Your soul's on lease?
You've never met a warlock, have you?
No, I really have not. I've only heard the stories.
Okay, so a long time ago, when I was at a party that was a very bad place to be, a friend that I love got killed, and I called out to the universe for help. And when I did that, the only person who answered was the Lord of Decay. And so when the Lord of Decay did that, we made a contract. And so for me to have the power to save myself and kind of get revenge for my friend's death, I ended up sharing my soul, which at the time didn't really mean anything to me.
But now you have it back, but it doesn't belong to you.
Well, now I have it back. But see, I lost it again through the Lord of Decay to the Lord of Disintegration when Cal got disintegrated in order to bring Cal back. And then eventually, instead of like getting it traded back to the Lord
See,
Decay.
Donovan, going back to the idea of having the bard following us around just to record everything, just to make sure that we have everything straight. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, Xerxes helped. Xerxes
I
gave
told
me
you
a soul
yesterday, and I
spindle,
told you
so-
today. It's incredibly good idea.
I mean, I guess you can just ask.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
will
it's not
tell
like
them.
it's really that interesting.
Bards can sometimes be really squishy.
I disagree.
You
I
know, there's
disagree.
so many
Having a
tales
soul-
of storytellers getting squashed.
Having a soul removed from your body for any purposes is very different, unusual. What is the
I
word
mean, the
I'm looking
things I
for?
do for love.
Icky.
Icky.
It's so,
Icky is
like-
a good word.
I go.
A finger comes in wings.
Yeah.
that.
The things I do for love.
Yes, the things you do indeed, Samani.
That did not sound positive. You sounded a little judgmental there. Would you like to take that back?
Oh no, I've
Or
got
elaborate?
I've got a cough. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Mr. Brand New Body.
Yeah, is the body decaying already?
It's got no immune system. It doesn't fight off disease as well as it normally did.
Now you're just making shit up.
I am.
God, he's going to catch
I
ligma.
was gonna say you're a paladin. we don't. We don't.
Not Ligma! Oh no! Damn.
Ligma fate.
At least
They
in that
got him.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Terms of service.
Nate.
So, any final things you
Look,
want
I'll
to
get us
discuss
out of
before you teleport to Ariel Keep again?
Oh, I'm good.
I think
Ruben
that
is still there after the Ligma feet thing, just like, what the fuck?
I think that
Version.
I should definitely be there to talk to Kelsia, but I don't know if having all of us deliver the news is a very good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would like to be there. I feel like
I'm
I
happy
heard
to-
from Kelsier quite a
I'm
bit.
happy to.
So do we invite him out for lunch or coffee or?
I mean, more like we interrupt his day as we usually do, and we say, "Hey, like, would you mind sparing us some time? We want to let you know what happened."
Yeah, that one.
And then he
works
goes,
better, I
"Oh
think.
God, it wasn't a good thing." And then he puts his schedule away and he comes over to see us. And we talk about what happened.
We just
I
need to make
suppose
sure we
that's a
don't
good
do it in the
idea.
middle of one of his classes, because that makes it awkward as hell.
No, you walk in after the class ends. The children are leaving.
Maybe we sneak in, and then as he's cleaning off the
I'm
blackboard,
not
he turns
sneaking
around
into
and
my
we're
own
all there.
school.
Okay.
This is your school.
Well, basically, kind of.
Well, I mean,
Technically,
technically,
I
your
guess it's
brother
my brother's
sponsored it,
school.
and it's on the
Yes,
land
but he's
that
not
I'm
here to claim
in
it,
charge
so,
of.
you know.
So
Oh, I'm sorry. The land that you're under. Okay, bye. I'm sorry. Never mind.
thank you.
All right, let's just teleport, yeah, and then we can work it out as we get there. As always,
Yeah.
you know, we're good at that.
Sounds good.
Okay,
And
so
we teleport.
Let me tell you.
teleportation comes through quite late in the evening because it did take Calcinir quite some time in Airsphere to go down below.
Mhm.
But making your way through, evening is set upon, the stars clear in the sky. It seems every time you come back to Ariel, whether it's been a few days, a few weeks, there's always construction. Something new has been built. Something is further along progressed than it once was. It's nice. It's progress. But it's late in the evening, so if you have anything you want, who do you want to do? Do you want to do something at night, or are you going to do it in the morning?
Probably in the morning, depending on how late it is. Is it like
It's
normal evening,
no,
or
it's
is it like
maybe like
late?
7 in the evening?
Okay, then I'm fine with doing it now, as long as
He's just
Kelsier
gotten
seems
relaxed.
free.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Well, it is time for drinks, so I suppose
Yeah.
that would be something to help lessen the impact.
Yes.
All right.
So Monty swipes a bottle of wine from the kitchen, and she goes in to
Mhm.
knock on Kelsier's door.
Invoke it to his private stock.
So you kind of make your way a bit more north in Ariel to the kind of like the border of the territory. You see where there's like it's very well constructed now, and you already see there's like goats, sheep. There's like small little ranch forming. You see the dim light, and you can see Kelsey kind of walking around inside through the silhouette and the curtains. And you knock on the door, and he goes, "Oh, one moment there." And comes to the door, and he opens it, and he sees you all, and there's like immediately like an apprehension as he sees you. You're all back.
It's not all positive. Deep breath.
Come in, come in.
Hi, Cassia.
Hello, Zeph. There's the money. Hello. Please come in.
Kazia.
Zamani will just hand him the bottle of wine.
He goes and he sits down on his couch and just like puts it on the coffee table in front of him. Please have a seat.
Is there
The
enough
house
seats?
is looking nice.
Thank you. It's coming along well.
It is. Brother is formidable.
He's strong.
He is. And
He
fighting
hurts.
him in this lair was not the smartest thing that we could have done. Even though I feel like we didn't really have much of an option.
All right.
The Faen does send her regards, though.
Her spirit is still there, that is.
She is.
That is good.
It turns out that Gromather used her bones to make his phylactery.
That's not good. But her soul is still there.
And she is, yes. She's currently transcribing their language so that people can.
It's a beautiful
understand it.
language.
Yes.
Very difficult to understand. Too many consonants.
It reads different, but yes.
But we weren't able to defeat him. He got away. But we're not giving up, and we're going after him again.
That's
One plus side though.
I don't know how to feel.
We-
I don't wish death on my brother.
I know.
There was
Have
no.
you seen this flag?
I have not. I had only heard rumors that he had tried his hand at lichdom. I had never seen it until he came to me and, well, tried to kill me.
Somebody's gonna nudge Cal so that he can do like the minor illusion thing of it because she can't like do that.
That's right.
At all.
Kawu.
Kind of leans forward. It's morbidly beautiful. If not
Yes.
a bit concerning.
In its own way.
Quite a bit concerning.
Yes. So he kind of really examines it. It's meant to be me. He didn't have the decency to include my sun hat.
Right?
Oh. There's like a joke and it immediately the chuckle just fades. Why
Somebody will
am-
definitely she'll
why
go
am
over and
I-
sit by him and like shoulder.
in this figure, this idol, why am I on it?
Don't know. But I thought
Is
that you
there
should
any?
know.
Is there anything in his body language or written on his face that suggests that he knows why he's on it, but
Don't roll me an
he
insight.
doesn't realize? Okay. I mean, that's a pretty bad roll, but that is a 18 total.
18. He is a flood of emotions. There's no reading deeper.
Cool.
Damani's trying very, very hard to be comforting right now.
Okay, he's kind of leaning into it. He's like examining it, really kind of trying to see, like, is it something? Like he's trying to examine it, and it's, you can see it's fairly, like, upsetting for him.
Probably.
Seeing it.
Yeah.
Like tears begin to well in his eyes. I don't know why he chose this form.
Did you make any promises or anything between you in the presence of the Fane or at this ruins you can remember?
While they're all doing that, Donnie will subtle spell see invisibility and just look at the room, just to make sure they have the room to themselves.
You do. We swore no formal oaths under it. Back when we first... Those ruins were our first mission with the Humming Cloaks. It was only shortly after humanity had stopped the 300-year war. We promised we would do great things with knowledge we found, but nothing a formal oath that the world would recognize. That's not part of the world anymore. It's very severely cut off.
Yeah. We were able to reconsecrate it for the Fane as well.
I'm sure she liked that. She is exceptionally knowledgeable. Albeit I fear she won't share that knowledge with many people ever again.
No, but she does
Understandably.
care for you. She mentioned being happy that she heard when we mentioned you.
We tried to be respectful to her home when we were there, as much as we could, looking for knowledge. He's
But that
alive
is part
then.
of what we do. Calcio, we go and disturb very old places, perhaps at peace, so that we may learn.
There's much to learn. But you see, at the time, me and Kelsey had joined up. Not me, because me and Gromity had joined up. And we were finding our footing within the Humming Cloaks. I had been training to be a pathfinder, to lead expeditions into ruins, responsible for assessing risks, planning the journey. Gromity was trying to be a seeker, the sort of mage who delves into the texts, the artifacts, deciphers the potential powers and meanings, unlock the secrets hidden within ruins. Together we made an excellent combination for a long time. Gromity perhaps more skilled innately than I, more natural talent for it. We did very well. Those ruins were one of many. Here's Veer. There's another ruins that I was meant to go into, but I did not fully crack it. I decided to settle down. It's, sorry, I must compose myself.
You don't
It's okay.
have to apologize. You're good.
Yeah.
It's we
I don't
didn't.
know
We're not
why
telling
he-
you something very easy.
I just don't know why he and he kind of trails off and he thinks. His face goes very pale.
Calcio?
What?
In the Earthsphere, when Gromathir attacked, he stabbed me in the back, literally during that dream. That wound should have killed me. I did not. I thought maybe I was lucky. Perhaps he missed something vital. Either he missed on
I mean, that could
purpose, or I'm linked to that object.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
quickly
divine sense.
divine sense.
Albeit
Paladin's just like,
the
let's go.
faintest aura. Not that he himself, but there is an aura of undeath near him.
I'm still seeing into the ethereal plane
Yeah,
Yeah, same
with
here.
see invisibility.
yeah.
Anything I can see
No, it's almost
with
like just
divine
a
sense.
with divine sense, a shimmer, a faint necrotic shimmer around him.
And when you say near, it's just like it's an aura.
Almost like
sort
it's an
of thing.
aura that's like a bubbling around him.
So Zamani, that can't see or recognize any of this, just continues talking. Because, well, I mean, there is a chance that this is just symbolic, and he still holds affection for you. I mean, you are.
I should
It's
have
more
had my
than
lungs
symbolic.
punctured.
It's more than symbolic. It's more like what happened to Donovan.
I feel like Merc and Donnie lock eyes.
How could he have done something like that from so far? I mean, like, it's
don't-
not necessarily possible. And if you guys don't jump in with the knowledge that you have, Zamani's just gonna continue to push back against it.
No, keep going. I'm subtly spelling casting message to.
Okay, got it.
To Merc.
I don't know. Gromazir has
I mean,
mastered all
he
the
would-
known major schools of magic and many of the minor schools. He's my older brother. We've been very close since we were children.
Yes, but wouldn't he have to at least be near you? I mean, Donnie got half of his soul stolen because he was literally holding the phylactery. He can't. You weren't there when he made
But
it,
if
were
the
you?
phylactery was created at the moment that the sacrifice at Irisphere was made,
It depends.
He
if-
was a lich
if
before then.
that was the creation, if
we
that
don't
was
know.
when he became
It's one thing
achieved his
making the
full lichdom.
phylactery. It's one thing cementing your soul into it.
But if that
Which,
was the point,
all of you know from the vision, he actually was a lich before that happened, because you saw him
Yeah,
after
this
the
is-
vision put his soul into it.
that's right.
Yeah, which was before all of the Airsphere things.
I do not know. I do not have the texts to know. I do not have.
He can't.
I'm probably just being paranoid.
Is there any bond between the two of you? Anything arcane? Anything unusual?
There is a smell of him on you. I'm sorry.
What?
I don't mean to interrupt, but there is a faint touch of him that surrounds you.
I don't
What do
quite
you-
See
follow.
it too.
I have a sense of that which is unholy, and Mercastion shares that ability,
Yeah.
So I'm right then.
and we can see it around you. I think you're right.
We were close as children. We did many rituals together. We've casted beside each other for longer than I think most of you have been alive. Even you, Calicindia. We journeyed together for quite some time. I do not know if I did some ritual. I do not know if he robbed my memory of some ritual. I certainly didn't do anything willingly.
We do not think that. You're probably as much of a victim as we are.
Cal, do you have identify with you today?
Always.
Could be worth a shot. Could be a spell.
Could be a spell. Right. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that could connect, but I suppose whilst I'm thinking, there's no hurt to see if there is anything that I can identify.
While this is all happening, Merc is like full head on a swivel, like alert to fuck. Everyone.
Um,
Yeah.
I'll start ritually casting Identify.
Okay. That takes about 10 minutes. So he's not affected by a spell, but he is affected by some form of magic. It is not technically a spell.
Okay. There is something. Not a spell. There is no spell. But there is something on you.
Okay.
Magical in nature. That much I can confirm. What its identity is, I have no idea.
I mean, there is one
Right.
way to test the theory.
No.
No.
It would confirm it.
But if it doesn't, Kelsey.
Wait. What are you all getting at?
Kelsey wants us to kill him.
No, I would do it myself. I would not ask that of a friend.
Well, before we do that, there's still something we can try. And Merc's going to gather her magic and cast a 4th level Dispel Magic, targeting that.
1 second.
Doesn't have to target a spell, just has to target. There we go.
It's not a spell on him.
It
No, but it's
automatically
a
ends the
magical
effect of a
effect
spell.
within your range.
So, choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell
Yep,
of
any
3rd
spell.
level or lower on the target ends.
Yeah.
For each spell 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equal to 10 plus
Okay.
the spells. On a successful check, the spell ends. It is not a spell on it.
Okay. Cool.
If it's not a
Nothing.
spell, it would need to be something innate, an ability. Right?
Is there any other way we
mean-
could test this? Is there anything else?
Remove curse.
No,
Potentially.
I think the magic used here is probably beyond a lot of. If it is a phylactery or is connected to the phylactery, it would require advanced. We do know one person that is able to, well, handle such things as that. A lot more expertise and knowledge about it.
Be worth a trip to Rindleton. And get her to come here.
Precisely. She would be able to identify it and probably handle it in a way that did not harm yourself.
Who are you talking about?
The court mage
Aura.
in Rindleton. Well, and Randrum. Aura.
Lady Aura.
I've heard of her.
Here. That's my
She
girl.
is the one who is supposed to help us destroy the phylactery once we had possession of it. Apparently, she is an expert in relation to necromancy and such topics.
Yeah.
Wait, necromancer?
And
You see, he kind of sits there and kind of like idly starts drawing in the air with his fingers. And like doesn't even say anything to what he's doing. At Calicindia, you recognize he's casting Sending.
Who are you sending to?
It takes 6 seconds. I believe it's an action. Sending.
Yeah, it takes it as an action.
So you hear he goes,
Rudy. Making
Exactly.
the bones rattle.
as he just casts in the air, and he goes, "What or why did you do to me?"
well, here we go.
And that's how we're going to end the session.
Oh no.
Round 2, Dorothea, let's go.
I have anxiety.
I'm so ready for that.
For me to
Literally
have
just went, I got him on
anxiety?
No,
speed dial.
for Gromothy round 2.
Ugh.
So yeah, that is where we're going to end today's session.
Please don't take kills here from us.
God damn it.
He's
Just
just my little
precious.
rancher lad. Come on.
Yeah. I just wanted to be a
That's
rancher.
what it
Yeah,
is.
monsters.
I need Kelsier too.
Yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out with us today. Thank you, Valhalla Viking, for the subs and gift subs today. Thank you, D&D Dockrits, D&D Alst, and Corsairs Co for the raids. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider dropping a follow. We'd really, really appreciate it. And if you really, really liked what you saw, consider subbing to the channel. You get access to the World Anvil, which is pretty cool. Or if you liked it even that little bit step more, we have a goal up in that top left-hand corner on my orientation, I believe on the stream's orientation as well. We're trying to get a stretch goal for an animated intro for our next campaign, which should explain all the lore and everything you need to know to completely delete any barrier to entry to the setting. It's very cool. If that's within your means, we'd appreciate that too. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you guys.